All right, we are here, Bangin Beers podcast. I don't know what number we're at, but we're this is Apollo 88 take 2.
It's 88. It's 88.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The boys are back in town.
The boys are back. We fucked up the last one. Well, I mean, yeah, we fucked it up, but YouTube and Spot. We as in the hosts of the show. You guys didn't fuck anything up. The host of the show fucked it up with. We were streaming at the time, and Spotify, YouTube got crashed. We're saved by the Russians, and we tried to go to Facebook, and it didn't work at all. It was just not good quality. Do you need Slack too?
He needs a little bit of Slack. He's right. Hang on. Let's see where you go.
It's gonna be a process. All right, I'll just talk while you're doing it. All right. Anyway, so we're gonna do it or take 2, and we're also gonna do a little bit of. So we're gonna talk about Skook Stock.
Hell yeah.
And have some fun about that. I mean, I'm really excited. We're 2 weeks away.
We're gonna play.
It's gonna be. You guys are you're opening the show. You're setting the tone. Hope you guys did your little intro. You guys that you did last time.
Excellent.
Something similar.
Oh yeah, most likely.
I loved it. I thought that was. I don't want to say anything because I want people to experience it. But they did like a cool little opener for their show, and it was fucking awesome. I wanted to do a little opener for the show, like something different, and it was strongly voted against for a no. I just thought it'd been a cool thing to just be like, hey, we're this band, and just start playing. Just kind of like build it up a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm a wrestling fan. I like that crowd pop. You know,
Yeah,
I like the gasps.
It was an experiment.
Yeah. So you guys are started it off. What can they expect for your first set? You got some originals in there,
and new original. Yep.
A new one.
Yep.
At least one.
We probably could have another one.
Maybe 2.
All right, I'm digging it. And then you're gonna throw some covers in there.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
It's good. I mean, it would be nice to get 50-50, but that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Writing's hard.
Yeah. Everything's time consuming. Trust me, I'm with you on it. I do nothing with my life but this, Skook Stock, and work. I don't even know who my wife is anymore. I'm just like, hey, lady upstairs.
I think she's here.
Yeah, she's somewhere in the house. She's probably somewhere with that loud ass dog. But yeah, it's time consuming. It's a lot to the process. So I'm excited, man. You're one of my first times I seen you. I enjoyed it, and I was like, man, if I ever had a show together, like you guys would fit in with a lot of different bands. And then this whole process started, and I was like, they got to be part of it. And you guys, I think the cool thing is you guys had started last November-ish. You said.
First show was December of last year.
But like as a band, you formed around November, right?
Yeah.
From the last episode.
Yeah.
Like this podcast started probably around the same time as your band started, so we have that like common ground. Like we're coming up on our year anniversary.
Like the rock and stock.
We're experts now.
Yeah.
Everybody in this room.
We're nailed it. Yeah, except Ben. So if you watch the new episode. It's going to be a picture the whole time, no video. We had a little bit of a goof up last episode. You'll see it's airing. But so let's get the first beer done. I don't even have my pre-beer. Wow, look at all that. It's a lot going on.
Oh, that tangerine. Damn.
I wasn't a huge fan of this.
Really?
By the way, no. I don't like orange flavor. So Ben's a huge fan of passionate fruit.
I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it.
So go easy on your first pours, and then we'll make it around.
Didn't we have a line that we were going to?
What was it? I mean,
you're just gonna fuck up and spill over the table.
I didn't spill a drop.
No, you're good.
No, he's good.
I'll lick that off the table.
There's been a lot of beers spilled on this table. It'd probably be it's like a Willy Wonka's wall.
Has anyone ever puked before?
Nope.
Well, I'm gonna be the first.
Me.
What?
I did it one time.
On this show?
Yeah, I puked on this show once.
Really?
On the fridge clean out episode, I puked.
Oh, get out.
Not on camera, but I puked.
I didn't know you puked.
Yeah, I went outside.
You didn't tell me.
I went out back and puked.
Well, it's not.
And the reason I puked is at the time I was going through like really bad acid reflux, and it was bothering me for like weeks. So you ever have acid reflux? You guys are young. I don't know. All right.
I don't know.
As you get older, just your body just starts doing shit you never experienced before. Mine's acid reflux. It just hit me like 2 years ago. 30 years old, baby. Woo! Wait till you get there. It's great. Your body just goes downhill. So yeah, acid reflux. Had it for like 4 weeks, and I don't take anything. Like even if I have a headache, unless it's real bad, I take like a pill or anything. But I was just drinking. I just literally felt like one of those carnival games. I'm not even getting into that.
Boy.
The carnival games where like you just fill up and then like the thing shoots out or a balloon pops.
Oh, yeah.
That's how I felt. and I just was so sick, and we drank like a shit ton of beers that night.
We didn't even scratch it even.
We had a lot though.
We had a lot, but we
drank
didn't
a
like
lot.
scratch like the fridge.
And we did this one like stout, and it tastes like coffee. And as soon as it hit my mouth, I was like, nope. It's all coming up, and I was like, "Excuse me, everyone," and I just went out the back door. I puked off the back porch. Yeah, so I was the first to puke, but that's not a weird thing for me. I puke. I don't puke a lot, but it's not a.
It's an uncommon occurrence.
No, not for me. Not puking. I'm like draws, right? That's another wrestling reference. But like even yesterday, we played the soccer tournament, and they're like, "Oh man, I can't wait to play." I'm like, just giving you guys a warning. I'm gonna go out there and run for 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna step off the field and puke. They're like, "Why?" I'm like, "It's what I do. I puke." So I came off the field and threw up, and then after the game was over, I'm like, "I'm gonna go get a cheeseburger, and cause I need something heavy. I'm gonna drink some water, 2 Gatorades, and then I'm gonna eat some peach rings." And they're like, "Why?" I said, "Because peach rings are gonna taste the same going down as they do coming back up." Second game, went out and ran for 15 minutes. It came back off the field. All that was gone. So yeah, it's my thing. I'm a puker. That's why I got this sexy body. I purge it all out. So what do we think of the passionate one?
It's sour.
They're all sours. So if you're not a fan of the sours, it's not going to get any better.
Up there, and there he goes, right off the cuff.
It gets you right back here, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I like that. Man, I try. This whole beer thing.
Yeah, he just shuts it.
I'm doing my best.
2 for 2. 2 for 2.
We should get like a in-between beer if they don't like sours. Because I know their pain. I was not a sour fan for a long time.
I'll drink anything.
What's that?
I'll drink anything.
All right, grab.
Me too.
I don't care. Your dealer's choice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just
And then we can
lay
do
it on me.
No, I don't actually need anything else.
You sure?
Yeah, no, I'm sure. I meant like.
These two are hungover.
Oh, from yesterday.
Oh yeah.
What was your night like?
Just hot sauce.
Their night.
Night.
I was on vacation, so
Where were you at?
I was in Outer Banks.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Doing what?
Just beach,
Drumming.
Beach.
beach. Yeah, I did bring an electric drum
Did
set.
you?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, anything new you guys been working on cover wise? Have you been testing the waters or anything?
We started something new where I'll just give a little bit on it, but we noticed a lot of bands like is it Boys Upstairs?
Yeah.
They do like a mashup of songs but we're doing Green Day mashup.
Nice.
Which was pretty like a tester for us. Like, you know what I mean, stop in the middle of a song where it meshes with the next, and that's pretty cool.
No, fuck you.
Aww.
You'll get that. All right, so I had a really bad night on Wild Elf.
Wild Elf, what is it?
That is a ale brewed with cherries and honey. It's like Mad Elf. It grows from deep roots courtesy of oak, foeders, and pure local flavor derived.
Speaking of the
from
Boys
yeast and all
Upstairs,
that.
we bought a case of that one night, and we drank in the morning we drank a shit ton of it, and it's one of those beers where you ever have like a bad night on like a whiskey or like a rum, and then like you try to revisit it, you're like, it brings you right back to that night. You're like, it makes me sick right away. That's what Mad Elf does to me.
Based on the Mad Elf recipe,
He already sat down. He's committed.
Secondary fermentation in wood barrels, unveiling tart cherry pit and farmhouse bliss. It's bottle conditioned and all, so
Semen.
Yeah, it's made with Trogue semen.
Cool.
Troll
semen.
Troll semen, yeah. So
Well, I don't want to break out the really cool one. No, wait. Or do I?
No, let's not kill him.
No. I mean the stout that I brought.
No stouts.
Okay. Fair
No
enough.
stouts.
Fair enough.
Just bust out like one of the blackberry beers.
Okay.
It's like it's very mild and it tastes good.
Well, chug that.
I can send you some with a hot sauce too.
Yes.
No.
I'll take hot sauce.
Alright.
Hot sauce.
Oh, you mean?
No. We only have one can of that.
Oh, I see the blackberry.
Yeah.
There we go. Now we're good.
There you go.
Tart. It's a tart ale.
So if you need something in between beers, you guys can do like a little rinse of your mouth with this. This is really, really tasty. So we'll just put that there, and if you need to, go for it. What do you think of the passion fruit, Ben? I actually think this is tasty.
They did it as a Berliner They did it as a Berliner
This one
Weiss.
that we're drinking, yeah.
They're all Berliner Weisses, so they're
so
kind
not
of like
sours, yeah.
they're like a step down from a
sour,
regular
yeah.
sour. Yeah.
Real
So-
sours are like it's like a warhead in your mouth. Yeah.
But I actually don't mind it.
No, it's not bad at all.
Usually I don't like passion fruit. I hate it. And like if you throw it in like a really good like composed ale or anything like that, passion fruit just destroys everything that you built up on.
I disagree. That's Ben's palate. But we all have different things because every chocolate beer tastes like...
It happens all the time.
Tastes like coffee for me. Speaking of beers, so we kind of put something on our page the other day. I don't think it was supposed to be leaked or put out there. It literally looked like somebody went to a conference and like snuck their phone out and took a picture and uploaded it to the internet, and then it ran like wildfire. But Yuengling, supposedly according to this leak, it was like a fucking like a Comic-Con leak. You remember when Marvel's movie came out and someone took like a video and they weren't supposed to, and it hit the internet and people were like, and Marvel was like doing work to get it off the internet.
Yeah.
It was kind of like that, but in the beer world. So Yuengling pretty much announced they're making a new beer. It's going to be a seasonal beer. They just didn't say how long or what, but it's going to be a collaboration with Hershey's chocolate.
Okay, I saw that.
So it's going to be a Yuengling porter, and it's going to be Hershey's chocolates like porter beer.
Yeah, I saw that. It looked like a slideshow.
Yeah.
Like a PowerPoint.
Yeah, with people's heads,
Yeah.
like someone just like, click, tell them all my friends. And we found it and, of course, shared it. So, Yuengling, if you're upset about that, tell me. I'll take it down. But we're still talking about it. I'm excited for it. I'll try it. It's a porter, so it probably won't be super coffee. Because I do like their porter. Their porter is like a darker beer, but it tastes good. Mm-hmm. Might be a good mixer too, with maybe the Hershey chocolate porter with the Chesterfield, and do like a chocolate hat black and tan. Have you ever had the black and tan?
Yeah.
So the real black and tan, the black and tan that's made in the store, like you buy in like the stores, but in like the beer places, is Yuengling Premium and porter, and that's black and tan.
Yeah.
But the way it was supposed to be made was porter and Chesterfield ale. Chesterfield ale is my favorite Yuengling product, but that's the way it was supposed to be made. Yeah. All right.
Local.
Yeah.
What?
Local news. So here's a cool little Blink story. Another wrestling reference. I don't know. I'm all over him today. It's So when you guys leave at SummerSlam tonight, so my brain is very wrestling mode right now. Did you guys see like Blink-182 had a fight at their one concert between two wrestlers?
No.
All right, so there was a wrestler named Enzo Amore. He was like a gangster dude, and he got fired from the company for supposedly sexual assault. But before they investigated or anything happened, they fired him, and it was one of those cases where the girl lied.
Oh, yeah.
And then he was acquitted of all charges, but the damage was already done. He was fired from the company. There was other stuff there, too, where he wasn't the easiest to work with because he was kind of
a dick,
and he was very out there and outgoing. But anyway, him and this other wrestler were talking shit on each other, and then at the Blink-182 concert, they seen each other and like got into a fist fight.
Like in the crowd.
In the crowd, yeah.
Oh.
And so then there's another company coming out called AEW, and they recreated the fight with two other wrestlers, and they just show like one wrestler standing there like fist pumping, and then the other guy comes up and hits him. And then they turn the camera, and it's Blink-182, and Mark's like, really? Like, the other guy, like, Enzo fought this dude named Janela. He's like, really, Janela? Again? You fucking dick? But it was Blink-182 in the video, like, making fun of it. So, some cool little wrestling Blink news there.
Was that in this tour?
Yeah, the Lil Wayne, like, quit halfway through and then come back tour.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of stuff happening with this tour. We didn't go. None of us went to the Hershey show.
I think, neither did I. I'm really bummed I didn't. The Lil Wayne pick was weird.
Yeah,
I didn't understand that.
Nobody understands it.
I get where
it's like a publicity thing. Or
I get
something.
where Wayne's coming from, where he's like, I'm not used to performing in a crowd where people aren't really into my set.
Yeah,
they're two different polar opposite. What, like, you know what I mean? Like, if I went to go see Blink, I'm not like, sweet, I'm really excited for Lil Wayne too. Like,
Yeah,
they're polar opposites. Like, you're gonna go see arguably the best drummer in the world, and then you're gonna go watch a guy who, for the most part, is gonna be playing everything on a beat machine.
yeah.
Like, it's just,
I don't know.
he's
Yeah.
gonna be doing some karaoke.
it's
Some rap
a giant
karaoke.
karaoke show. But Travis has done shows before where he plays with if the rapper's on stage, he drums the entire show,
yeah.
and then he would just stay on stage and drum for Blink-182 because Travis is a psychopath. Kudos to you drummers.
He's unreal, man.
Yeah. I actually noticed you have a Blink tattoo.
I got yeah.
It's like mixed in there a little bit. You got
Right
the
here.
smiley face.
Smiley face is the Board to Death logo,
Mhm.
and then I got the Roman numerals, and then here's Travis Barker's
The boombox.
The boombox, yeah.
Nice. I always wanted to get the smiley face. Me and Steve Fulton were always talking about we're gonna get like the same tattoo, and we landed on the Blink because that was like our first thing we
with the arrows and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not this one.
It's not.
No.
Oh no, it's not.
That's the Board of Death one where he's holding the fucking Grim Reaper spear behind him.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, we were gonna get the one with the arrows. I was trying to convince him into the bunny rabbit, but that's too much for I think he said. Steve always talks about getting tattoos, but he doesn't have any. But we landed on like when we first met, we talked about Blink and how much we loved Blink-182, and then we talked about our first band before Blink that we were like obsessed with was Aerosmith. So like it was our transition back. Like holy fuck, it's like you want to do karate in the garage?
Like different sides of the spectrum. Man.
Yeah,
wow.
Because like, so for both of us, Aerosmith was introduced to us by our dads, and we're like that was like our dad's like, come here, fucker. You want to listen to music? And he puts on like Aerosmith.
Yeah, you're a
man.
man.
Yeah, have a beer, fucker. And then our first bands that we like reached out and found on our own was like Blink. So it was like we had the same path when it came to music. And then Blink's one of those bands like I listened to in middle school. And then I have a pretty big age gap between us. Mm-hmm. And then Blink still stayed around long enough that influenced you guys. So that's awesome. Like even Green Day. Green Day's another one where people are like. My little cousin went to go see like Fall Out Boy. They've been around for so long. She's like, "Oh my God, Fall Out Boy!" I was like, "They've been around since I'm in high school, and I've been out for 10 years now. Like, they've been around a long time." They're like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah. You're gonna go watch a bunch of 50-year-old dudes, 40, probably 30s, 40s, go play some music."
It's weird how old Mark Hoppus looks right now.
Yeah.
Compared to.
Oh yeah.
I love how they still play on they're very fan friendly when it comes to like tributing their older stuff into their newer stuff. Like when they did the Bored to Death, or no, She's Out of Her Mind video, and they did the role reversal with the girls running around naked, and then what's his name from Workaholics, Adam Devine, and he's the nurse.
Or he's the nurse
walking down the street. Yeah, and if you haven't noticed, they just did a tribute to their old nurse with Miss Riley Reid on his shirt there. She played the nurse in a Travis Barker video.
Yeah. She liked my tweet on Twitter one day, so
I
got it in.
I like a lot of stuff that she does.
Basically,
as well. She's very talented.
She is very talented.
Yeah, if you don't know who Riley Reid is, just Google her. She's like a philanthropist. She does
ask
a lot
your
of.
Dad about her.
Yeah, she ask your dad. She does. I'm just poured it right for you. I'm sorry.
I don't care.
Yeah, she does a lot of amazing work. She.
For the kids.
Yeah, for the kids. She'll bend over backwards for her fans.
And she'll do a lot too.
Yeah. She does a lot of community work of all different cultures and races.
And different services.
She's very big in the black community.
Yeah, she goes very in depth with the black community. Google that. Have fun.
You're gonna like this one.
I like the last one too.
Did you?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, so coming into the last episode, you were very like you didn't drink many craft beers. You were more like
I'm opening up.
Yeah, you're getting there.
Yeah, I'm coming out of the closet.
All right, so this one is cranberry and grape. So all right, so Berliner styles are sours, but they're like the step down from a sour. Like so they're sour, but they're not like the sour beers get worse than this. So this is like your start. It's a good start off point. And these are all made at Ithaca Brewing Company. They're out of Pennsylvania, right?
They're out of New York, I think.
New York, okay.
Yeah. That's their flagship beer is called Flower Power. So
Yes, I hated it. That was my first craft beer.
It's okay.
I couldn't stand it. It tasted it said flower power and it tastes like you're eating flowers. It was like it tastes like grass. But on the same time, like my first time I had it, I was brand new to the craft beer scene. I actually had it at Trip and Billy. Yeah. I was like, I'll try flower power, and I drank it like this is fucking gross.
Dandelions.
Yeah, it's literally what it tasted like. Yeah. Cranberry and grape.
Tastes
might be good.
Someone tried to make wine in their basement.
Well, that's really sour. Like it's like a refreshing beer.
Yeah.
Like it is really not even that sour at all.
Yeah, open the windows.
So Ben checks them in. That's what he's doing.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So there's an app called Untapped. So if you really want to get into the craft beer scene, and
There's
make
like a whole rating system.
and make your alcoholism a fun little game. There's an app you could download, Untapped, and you check in the beers and you give them reviews and stuff. And then you can also use that app. Say if you're traveling, like you went on vacation recently, and you're like, I want to try some beers. and you're into the craft scene. So I'm like, you say where I'm at now, you can go on that app and say, what are some breweries by me? And then you can look at the breweries, and a lot of them have really, really nice restaurants and stuff. So that app kind of helps you find new things.
Go for the food.
Yeah, some of the breweries make awesome food. If you haven't gone to Trogs yet in Harrisburg, really good food.
What was that brewery you went to in New York on our way to Vermont?
Oh.
It was in Albany.
Yeah, I think it was a D.
D.
Yep, D.
Come on,
No,
Ben.
no, one second.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, it was in Albany. As soon as I see it, I'll remember.
I wouldn't know.
Don't you go to New York a lot for beer?
Just only like to like one or two places. That's it.
Hudson Valley.
Hudson
Do
Valley.
they serve food there?
They're gonna start. They start building a kitchen there.
Okay.
So that's looking pretty good.
The craft beer scene in like music terms is kind of like in the band scene as well. Like where you start off in your garage and you record a couple songs. Like these guys literally buy like a one batch tank system and they make a beer in their garage, and they're like, oh, my friends like my beers, and then they graduate to like they'll go to like a brew fest and they'll bring like they make like 6 barrels of their beer. And they'll bring it somewhere, and then everyone drinks it and like, yo, your beer's really fucking good. And then they make merch like T-shirts and hats, and they sell their beer, and then they grow from like the garage to like, so like the one brewery that we like, their brewing system's like outside in like a shed of a restaurant, and then they just grow from there to like Trogs, where they have like their like a Yingling, where they have their own huge building, and they can make thousands and thousands of barrels a day.
Yeah,
like that's kind of how the craft beer scene is now. So it's kind of like watching something start from nothing and then grow up to being like this huge entity. It's really, really neat. That's why I like it a lot. I think it's a cool thing to see. Like we've had a few beers from some companies that like 2 years ago were making a small amount of beer, and now they're at the point where they have these huge systems and they're making gallons and gallons a day, and it's still like 3 or 4 guys just doing it. And like they didn't grow their operation size yet, but they're the ones canning it and bottling it. And yeah, it's a cool process. It's definitely, and then when you drink it, you can definitely it's easy to drink like a Miller Lite and be like, oh, this was made in probably 4 different breweries across America. It's over mass produced. It's just machines probably put all the ingredients in it. You know what I mean? Where this is just like the guys are literally hand measuring it and putting it in. Like there's like an art to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can get pretty wild then too.
Yeah.
With their stuff. Like it's gotten to the point now where there's one brewery that's actually using Nutter Butter cookies in the vats, and you can taste the Nutter Butter cookies. It's getting
well. You brought a beer today
insane.
it's made like a tasty cake, chocolate peanut butter cup. You know those little chocolate,
candy cakes.
Yeah, the candy cakes. He found someone made a beer and used the candy cakes. Yeah. So like a chocolate peanut butter beer.
Yeah, last time we had the Skittles one.
Yeah, Skittles. Yep.
Oh, the one that was just like.
Oh, the one that exploded. Yeah.
Practically, but that was still pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
That was really good.
Yeah, they mix and match with a lot of different cool things. But so Scoop Stock, out of all the bands, which ones are you excited to see after you guys? Because after you guys have the best, I think you guys have, from a band's point of view, I think you have the best spot of the day because you could play, and then you get to just hang out and have fun the rest of the day. You just hang out, have fun, and you
get wasted.
Yeah, get hammered, have fun with people. So here's the cool thing about the show too, especially if you're like, why should we go? You're going to see 2 national acts, and you're going to see a lot of up-and-coming talent out of our area, too. But we're not, like, people are like, oh, you should, like, maybe have meet and greets and make more money off tickets with, like, a meet and greet area. It's like, no, because, like, I like the fact that the reason it is the way it is Crowbot will probably be walking around just hanging out and enjoying time with people. Like, it's not going to be like people are secluded, like, oh, they're going to be in private, secured areas that you can't. Like, every band is going to be walking around having a good time. Like, I mean, if you want to be.
I thought we had a VIP area.
We do, but
we're all gonna roll up in coaches.
Yeah, at horseback. Horseback. And then there's a giant pavilion where every band's gonna be selling their merch and kind of hanging out up there. I think beer pong's to be getting played up there. So it's gonna be a time to just not even just see the music, but like you could really interact with the bands as well. So like if you come up and see these guys start the day, they're going to be around the entire day, hanging out, partying, having a good time. Trust me, they like to party. They're party guys. One of these will probably be jumping in the lake at one point, I could see. Probably you.
And accounted.
Yeah, the lake in the map. Did you see the little map drawing that we put in the group chat? I call it the Big Ball Little Penis Lake. Did you actually look? It's like a giant, and it has a little outlet in it.
Oh, Nate's definitely going to be in that now.
Yeah.
Now.
Nah.
Yeah.
Now it looks like a penis.
Right on the tip.
Swim to the balls. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun, man. Did you guys get the merch worked out yet? I haven't worn it yet because I don't want to like bombard you. Like, all right, never mind. I shouldn't talk about
No.
Getting
that. Yeah.
Work in progress.
All right.
Songs come first.
Good.
Yeah.
That's what you should do.
We're really wanting to record like big time, so we're really busting our ass with that.
Yeah, would you rather have money to record something than have money to
Yeah.
make shirts or
Yeah,
whatever?
that's how I like. People are like, oh, how do I get a shirt for your show? Like, I can get you one tomorrow, but you have to pay for it. And then what I do is I take it to the guy, and then he orders it, and I drive to his house and pick up the shirt, and then drive it to you. That's my ordering system right now. I don't have the money to buy like 600 shirts.
It's expensive.
It is,
Yeah, it is.
and I want to buy better equipment to make this better. So kind of like you guys, like you have the equipment. Why put the money into that when you could possibly put money into like recording time?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So I definitely see where you're coming from there. That's why we both started in November. You know what I mean?
That's right.
We're growing
Mutual.
together. We're growing
That's right.
together.
The ride is fun.
Yeah.
It really is.
Maybe, and when you get one of your originals recorded, I am looking for intro music for interviews with everyday people. So just putting that out there.
That'd be fucking cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be that. I think it's supposed to happen. I asked another band if they can do it, and they told me no. But,
Bummer.
Yeah. And then I asked a few other bands, and I got music for other shows. So Look Alive is the music for Not Cool in High School. We got Snowblind, which is my favorite one by them. It's an awesome guitar riff. No Rain Checks did a wrestling one. They made a wrestling-inspired song, so it's like 80s like metal.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's called Clash of Titans. And it's like, you've got the look. You know, he has that really cool voice. I love it. It's so cool. And then Faith in Exile is making like a heavy metal song for our beer show. So the beer show's going to be super heavy. Yeah.
I guess we'll make a joke song.
No. I don't think that would work. I don't think that would work for interviews, but... Shit,
Oh, it's-
piss, fuck, cocksucker.
Yep.
No, we'll way classier than that.
And then this interview is inspired by alcoholism, and then like the intro music's just like, I want to fuck your dad in the ass. That's a Blink-182 song. They know what I did.
Oh.
Yeah, you're just giggling because I said fuck in the butt.
And
And
dad.
dad.
And dad, yeah. But yeah, it's fun stuff. But who are you guys looking forward to the most out of the show?
I like to see Japan 4 again.
Yeah,
I saw them once at.
We had a good time that
Shooting
night.
Brothers. Yeah, that was awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see them again.
Super high energy. That Japan 4 set list is going to be the most unique because I don't know what's going to happen.
What do you mean?
Like
Like-
they're the type of band where they'll just be like, "Hey, Mike Danger, come on up and do
Oh.
a song with us." Like I don't know who's going to get on stage and perform with them.
They don't have the singer.
They have a singer, but it's just kind of how Japan 4 rolls.
They're just like, yo, come up here.
Yeah. So you don't know, like maybe Eddie Collins from Crowbot will be up there. Like I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm excited for that show.
Spontaneous.
Yeah,
fucking
it's
cool.
very spontaneous, and they're super high energy.
Mm-hmm.
Like I almost got knocked out twice by the band during the show because they.
I saw some guy hitting out of the headstock.
Yeah, they fucking jump around. They're crazy. They're such a good time. The only reason like people really don't know much about them is because they were exclusive to one bar in our area, which is kind of unheard of. It was a good thing for them, but it also might have been a bad thing. Who knows? But this show is going to definitely like show people like, oh shit, like Japan 4 they're a good time. Anything else you guys are looking forward to?
I mean, I'm kind of looking forward to just everything. That's why I mean, we're first. I think that's great. I mean, I'm just gonna drink and watch bands.
Yeah.
I'm excited for everybody.
Cool. How about you? Anyone you're looking forward to?
Like he said, I'm excited for everyone. You know, I know what it took us to get to a point where we could play in front of people and like do what we love, and you know, like just the hard work and everything you gotta put into it, man. Like it's just everyone works hard, so everyone's gonna have a show.
Yeah.
Also, I'm excited for Crowley because like I'm playing the same stage as like a nationally touring band,
Yeah.
which is kind of
You remember playing on the stage with a guy who was part of one of the biggest bands at one point in time, like Eddie Reyes from Taking Back
that's
Sunday.
gonna be cool too.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. He's such a nice dude too. He's really
Down to
cool.
earth.
Yeah, super down to earth, nice. Like Fate's Got a Driver's band is just a good time. They're all really good dudes. We were hanging out with them the other night in Scranton. They had a show in Scranton, and the lead singer Randy's like a really good friend of mine. He's fucking high energy. He fell off the stage in Scranton. And I almost took the one speaker out with him. Randy's a psycho, but he's one of those that's like, after the show's over, he literally felt like he jumped in the pool with his clothes on. And he's a singer though. He's drumming. He's a psycho drummer. He just moves the whole time. But like he's a singer, so like he's moving. Like if you're sweating that much as a singer, you're putting work in.
Yeah, he is.
And I get the hug, and I was like, oh, I was like, do you have a towel? I don't have a towel. Like I just got soaked by Randy. But yeah, they're a good time. And the drummer of that band's awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, a really cool drummer in that band as well. Yeah, it's gonna be a blast. So we'll just go through the lineup quick. So we have you guys starting off. Then it would be followed by Japan 4, which is immediately after you guys. And in between the bands, I don't know the lineup of the comics, but we have local comics that are going to be performing in between each set too. And one of the comics is going to kind of MC and host the whole show.
That's cool.
So it's not going to be a show type where like, I'm just going to use Goodfellas as an example, where one band gets the stage, the other one doesn't. Like while you're waiting, there's like that background noise just in between. Like in between bands, there's something going on the stage.
Yeah.
So there's entertainment the whole day. And then once Japan 4 is done, then we switch to Bad Maggie. They're going to be the last of the cover bands, we'll say. I still wish we would have staggered. That's just me. And then after Bad Maggie will be Mahantango. Really cool band. The punk pop style, emo style. I hate classifying people, but I'm just trying to put it out there to see what like you understand what they're talking about. But it's very 2000-esque punk pop emo.
Yeah,
that's how I look at it. I really like that style of music is like my shit. Like that's why I like Montango, music wise. And then after them you have Look Alive, which is very funk classic rock. It's strange because if you want to describe bands, not like so, Fate's Got a Driver is a little not heavy. They're on the heavier side, but they might fall in the same category as Mahantango.
Like a hardcore.
Yeah, like a hardcore thrash post.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Fate's Got a Driver has a little bit of screaming and stuff from with them as well. So Mahantango and Fate's Got a Driver could be in the same ballpark when it comes to style of music. Mm-hmm. And then you have Look Alive and Crowbot, which are in the same ballpark as well. So it's kind of cool to see two local styles almost doing the same thing as two national acts. Mm-hmm. And then you could be like, well, I'm a big fan of Fate's Got a Driver. You might leave that day as a big fan of Mahantango. And I'm a big Crowbot fan. You might leave there as a big fan of Look Alive. So it's a cool little... Those two bands, I think, are really interesting, especially if you're driving from a distance to come see this show because you're a fan of Fate's Got a Driver or a fan of Crowbot. I think those two bands are ones you should keep your eye on. Especially because if you're coming from one or the other, I think they simulate the last two acts the most with their style. And then we got Faith in Exile, which is our heaviest band of the night. They're super heavy, but they're a really good time, high energy. And then Faith's Got a Driver takes the stage, and then there may be a surprise in between Faith's Got a Driver and Crowbot. Stay tuned to that. And then Crowbot closes the night. They start at around 10, and then they'll be done about 12. And then we're out of there at 12. There may be some activities after 12, so if people want to hang out, they can. If not, you can always hit the road. But there might be some cool stuff after the show too. So,
always love cool stuff after shows.
Yeah. But it's gonna be a fun time. It's gonna be a long day, but it's gonna be a fun day. Doors open at 12, and then the first band you guys take the stage at 2:15.
2:17. It's like golf.
2:17? All right, I'm with it. If you want to wait if you have that really cool thing that we talked about, it might be 2:17.
It might be.
Yeah,
But no one's gonna know what it is, so we're not gonna tell them.
Yeah, no one's gonna know. Just gotta come and see what it is.
They think they know, but they don't.
Yeah. Did we talk about last time how you guys came up with your name?
We can talk about it again.
Yeah, let's do that. Because I mean, a lot of that stuff sounded like shit anyway. So, I'm just being honest, and this is my podcast. If I listened to that last episode, the quality wasn't there, and I would have tuned out. So we can dive back into that. So how did Apollo 88 come about?
So we had a big whiteboard where we practiced. Like we need a name, and then I guess it took like a week, and we had like a whole pad, like 300 names. We just ran bullshit.
Words. It wasn't names. It was just words.
Yeah.
We are just trying to put stuff together to make something.
That sounded
And I guess we're really picky. Because it took a while.
It did take a while. That's the hardest part about making a band. The name.
Yeah, obviously.
What
Not even the instruments.
So what made you land on Apollo?
Hold on. The only reason we even picked the name, and we'd probably still be picking right now, is because we had our first show with Hooligan at Denny's Hot Rod, straight Hot Rod now.
That's a good band to start with.
Yeah, yeah, it was. I think what 250. That was at the show, our first show.
250 people in Hooligan
Yeah.
is crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was overwhelming.
Our 250 people in Hot Rod is fucking crazy.
Oh, it was.
Oh, yeah.
It was,
First show, we were.
It was horrible,
Shit our
honestly.
pants.
Yeah.
But yeah, and we had like 4 days to pick a name
Like,
because
we
they were
did-
asking us. And
Yeah.
we're like, all right, we gotta just start picking names that we enjoy. Here.
I think Apollo 8 is catchy, but I think it's like, when do people ever come to me and be like, oh cool, you guys are really into space, and you're like, nope.
yeah, I mean,
We can be whatever you want us to be.
What were some names that were thrown around that were really close?
Oh, I might have a list. That could be fun.
Oh boy.
I liked.
Diddly Box.
I remember I liked Anthem 33 because I wanted a number in the name.
Yeah.
That was one of them.
Otherwise, he was going to leave.
Yeah.
yeah.
He needed a number.
He needed
It's
a
like,
number.
and we need a number now, or I'm out.
What was the does 88 stand for anything, or
Bunch of meanings. Yeah.
It's all our birthdays added up.
is it?
Yeah.
That's really cool. So that's one of them. You said there's a bunch,
Yeah.
or is that just pretty much it?
Yeah. When we're on here, we'll tell you another one.
Okay. And then Apollo. Was there anything behind Apollo?
Nick had written down. A
Steve
name.
had it written down.
Well,
That was yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Apollo something.
Like I said, we had this big ass whiteboard, and we just had words. It was just full of words, and we went through and kind of how we did, how we pick songs. Sometimes, like we would all go through and you get fucking 10 check marks, and whatever ones actually like made that cut, we would like shift in and just kind of cut down until we had something. And then we just got Apollo, and we all liked that just as a word. And then we had words next to it, and Nate was like, "We got to put a number, or I'm leaving." So
Actually, I think we went. The first time I think we actually like got together and started playing, I think we went Wishing Wells.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was before me.
That was your idea.
That was way before Steve.
that was before I picked up a guitar.
And that fucking Haley.
You cut your vibrate if you don't mind. That goes to the mic really bad.
Well, it's inside me.
Oh, you're vibrating? Oh, sorry, I don't want to put him out. He's wearing those special underwear. The Anthem. You said you almost landed on the name Anthem. Is that any Blink-182 reference there?
A little bit. Yeah, Anthem.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I always like that one.
Just kind of sounded.
That's a cool name.
We were just going for anything, really.
Yeah, at the point, it was just like, all right, we need something that sounds cool.
Yeah,
And-
we thought it would come really quickly, and it ended up taking like a week
Mhm.
trying to pick something.
It's tough, man. Like, especially like when you're creating anything. It could be music or even like my podcast. Like, I'm very influenced by certain things, like Howard Stern, Joe Rogan. And then when I was like, oh, I want to kind of make a name or do something, but I want to kind of go by what I'm influenced by, but I don't want to be a complete
Copycat.
Yeah. So I definitely see, like, that's why it's like when you come up with your name and stuff like that, like the number. Obviously, you guys are very influenced by the same thing I like, but like, I don't know, it's challenging to kind of, because I'm a very like Easter egg type person. I like to pay homage to stuff, like in the background, like in the back right behind you. I always try to sneak stuff back there, like as hints for something coming. So I had like the Crowbot albums there for before the Skook Sock was even a thing, like before people knew Crowbot was going to be announced, because it was kind of like my like if you went back and looked, like I had the T-shirt for NASA when before Courtney was on. So like after Skook Sock's over, that'll change a little bit back there. Like the wrestling show, I have the Enzo and Cass Pops. Hopefully gonna meet them at their next. They're gonna be at a show in Hazleton, so I'll get that autographed. So I kind of always have something back there to like say for like an upcoming guest that I didn't announce yet and stuff like that. So I always kind of have some fun with it. But yeah, I'm the same way. So like that's why I always look more into meanings or like lyrics. So like sometimes I listen to lyrics, I'm like, where did that come from? Because you can tell when something's just written to be written and when something's written that has some meaning or purpose to it. Like when Mahantunga was in here, a lot of their songs, I'm like, where like that. Where did that song come from? Because that just wasn't put together just to be put for a song. Like there's some meaning behind that because the way you're portraying it and putting it out there. So that's a big thing for me. I always like when names and stuff. Now, did you guys ever land on the anything with Haley with the logo?
No, we're still working on that.
Yeah.
That's the other thing that takes a while too is the logo. We're just trying to figure out,
I seen the prototypes of the 3 she put out to you. I was like, oh man, the one I really liked. The one I don't want to say it in case you guys pick it or you don't pick that one, but I'm actually commissioning her for some art for the interview show. She's super talented. She's just really good at what she does. Yeah. She had like this. She just finished her first sketchbook, and when she was on the show, I was going through the sketchbook, and like some of the sketches in there are just unbelievable. Like she's so good at what she does. Mm-hmm. He has an awesome art style. All right, so this is the. I don't even know what that second word is.
Yeah.
We're just gonna say raspberry. It sounds fancy.
Raspberry sorbet.
What do you think of the blackberry one?
I didn't try it yet.
That one's really good.
I almost drank all of it.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's not bad. Tastes like
Hangover cure.
It's berries, so it's like electrolytes. It's like what was that Always Sunny episode where they sell the berries? Like, oh, your score is super high. You got to take some berries. And then another wrestling reference, Roddy Piper. I'm gonna take these berries and I'm gonna go back to the VIP mansion or whatever.
Oh,
and they're like, that's my the maniac. That's my apartment. Cool. I really appreciate you guys. And he leaves. I fucking love. That's my favorite show ever.
He really enjoyed doing that character too.
Yeah,
He's like,
I
like those guys. Oh, I like those guys.
Yeah, he literally just played himself. You ever watch Always Sunny?
I never watched the show.
Oh, you should. It's right up your alley.
I'm on Game of Thrones right now, so I can't.
How far?
Just started, so I'm on season 2, episode 5.
You're probably exactly where I stopped.
Stopped.
The only reason I stopped is because I just had so much going on. It's not like I stopped because I hated it.
Yeah.
It's already gone. He loves it. After you guys did the first episode, that's all he talked about on every Bangin beers for like 3. He's like, yo, he would just be like, and it'd be gone.
It's just liquid. It's like, I'm done. It's not a contest. It's not a contest.
Yeah, but I won.
doesn't matter.
Now, you're very good at chugging.
What?
Like shotgunning beers and chugging and
Beers?
Yeah.
No, liquor, yeah.
Really?
Steve's a big liquor guy.
Yeah. What's your choice?
Usually Jim Beam. Yeah, some kind of whiskey bourbon.
Whiskey
Bourbon. Usually just Jim Beam though.
Have you tried the
Fireball.
I don't like Fireball. I had a
I
Fireball.
hate Fireball.
Oh, bad experience.
Jack Daniel's Fire is really good. The Jack Daniel version.
I don't like cinnamon stuff.
Yeah. Have you tried Conor McGregor's whiskey yet?
No.
Proper 12. It's really good. It's like it kind of tastes like a bootleg Jameson, but it's good. It's not like it's terrible.
Yeah.
But it's really good. Whiskey wise, I would have to say my favorite though is Maker's Mark. I think Maker's Mark.
Yeah, I've only had it a couple of times. Just I don't know. I just always go back to Jim Beam. I don't know why.
Beam. You like Jim?
I like Jim. I'm a big fan.
You're a big fan of Jim.
Sometimes we don't get along, but
No.
at the end of the day,
Whiskey's a tough. Like when you get high. When you get drunk on whiskey, like do you personality change at all?
I don't think I can answer that. Can you guys answer that?
He goes to sleep really quick.
Oh, he just takes
What?
naps. Well, some people drink whiskey and they're like, 2 more of these and I'm pucking somebody. Like,
No, I don't know.
He doesn't. I don't know where the hell that came from.
Yeah.
He doesn't go to sleep. I don't know. That's like a normal drunk for him.
yeah.
Like when I drink whiskey, I get fucking fired up. Like
Yeah.
I'm ready to rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Jack Daniels for sure.
Like you're
yeah.
tackling somebody.
Oh yeah, in a good way though,
Yeah.
friendly way. I'm not a beer muscle guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not either. I don't get I don't get it. Like what when people drink and they're like immediately that flip turns in their head and they're like, I'm gonna fucking fight everyone. I'm like,
I don't understand.
I just like chilling. Like just calm down, have fun. That's me. I'm a lover when I'm drunk. I'm like I'm high hug everybody. I'm a drunk hugger. Like it's I love it. But I'm a hugger when I'm sober. I guess it just enhances me.
enhances you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just.
Does it?
Big time.
What about alcohol wise? What's your choice? Beer, liquor?
I mean, if there's something there, I'll drink it.
You just no preference. I stay away from liquor anymore. That's just not my thing anymore.
I do like tequila though.
Really?
Yeah.
Woo. Woo! That usually creeps up to the end of the night when you're not ready for it.
No, I'll do that. Like that could be my first drink of the night, depending on where
Really?
I'm at. Yeah.
My aunt.
If I don't have to drive anywhere,
my aunt.
Game on.
Yeah, my aunt's drink of choice is tequila, and she has like tequilas from like different countries and stuff, like really, really fancy, expensive ones. And the one time she's like, "You want to try this?" And I was like, and she told me the price of the bottle. I was like, "No,
I'm not worthy.
Yeah, that's literally how I felt. She's like, "Here, take it down." Like, I'm not even touching that bottle. Like, it's like too nice. It's like fucking an heirloom. Like, I'd pass that down to like my kid.
Do you remember when we were over at Scobb's? And
Scobb had a bottle like that.
A whole bunch of like fucking wild tequilas.
He had one from was it Japan or
one was
Philippines?
From like, I think one was from either the Philippines or like Vietnam or some shit.
You couldn't read the bottle. I was like, "Does anyone know what we're drinking?" And they're like,
"It doesn't matter."
They're like, "Nope." It was a dragon. It was like a giant fucking.
It's
dragon.
like a ceramic dragon, yeah.
It's like the head popped off, and you just pour it out of its neck, and I'm like, "We're gonna die." Like any liquid that comes out of this.
Tribal.
Yeah,
that was a crazy night.
We're
was that Labor Day weekend like two years ago?
That was a bad night. We drank so much that night.
I was pounding that fucking tequila like it was going out of style, and like you were like, "What the." And then, like, Dave Count was like, "Ben, what the hell?"
That bottle, you drink it, and only two things are going to happen with that bottle. One, a genie's going to come out. Or two, you're going to drink that and see spirits. Like, you're going to have a supernatural experience.
So the second one.
Yeah. It was fucking creepy. It looked like it was like an urn. It looked like a fucking dragon urn, and liquid came out of it, and we drank it.
You were chugging it?
He was chugging it, yeah. Ben gets to the point where he gets glossied. Like, his eyes just go glossy. And then he gets, like, hunched over. Right?
Saying, "Give it to me."
And then every liquid after that, it doesn't even touch his tongue. He's just gone. And I'm like, someone needs to cut this boy off. There's been many nights we went to bars. And Ben... Actually, it just happened recently. And Ben doesn't even know this. We went to Maz's. And Ben gets fucking ripped. And Ben's hammered. And he's becoming Ben. I love him to death. He's my best friend. And he's just getting worse and worse and worse. And he goes, just out of nowhere, like, he's like, "You know what, guys?" And no one's even talking to him. "You know what, guys? Fuck it. I'm going in." And I went, and I go, "All right." I was like, keep an eye on him. Right? And he walks over to the bar and he goes, "I want a rust." And I heard he asked for a rusty nail, or he asked for like a double shot of whiskey or something. And I literally lean over and I look at the bartender and I go, and she goes, "We're out of that. Do you want a water?" He's like, "I'll take a water." Like, like he's not angry. Like, he just could easily be persuaded. But I just leaned over and I looked at the bartender. I was like, "Don't give him that." I cut you off to the bartender. Because he was just sitting there by himself. He goes, "You know what? Fuck it, guys. I'm going to turn up." And nobody was even having a conversation with him. He was just going for it.
Everyone has like that signature, when you're drunk moment.
Yeah. What's all right? You give everyone. You do his. All right. Start with him.
Nate starts running on stuff. We were at
running on stuff. Are you fucking Sonic the Hedgehog or what?
This is actually really good. The raspberry
counters. Counters and chairs.
And pool tables.
General destruction.
Pool tables. So you're just climbing and you're going for it.
I guess. I woke up and saw the video. I'm like, "Oh God, I'm getting kicked out of there too." The next thing you know, I got a letter in the mail saying you are banned from the gun club. I'm like, "Oh, shucks."
They sent you a letter?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a formal.
You're not allowed to come back.
It's hanging in our practice place.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
How many places have you been asked not to come back to?
2. Yeah, just 2.
That's the gun club and
What's the second one?
Woody's.
Fuck Woody's.
Pottsville.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what'd you do there?
I don't know. When you get to the point where you want to hear your music, like you want to hear some actual music that requires instruments, I just had some words to say to the DJ.
Oh,
this was a while ago. Though.
Okay.
I had a fake ID. Like this was back when I was like 19.
Oh, so you got kicked out and you weren't even legal to be in there yet?
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like I think it was for you to even say that. I think it would be impossible to get kicked out of Woody's because I've seen some shit happen at Woody's.
There's a lot that goes down there.
Yeah,
It's nuts.
My friend pissed in plants there and stuff, and they just asked him to go outside, pee outside.
Really?
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too.
I seen.
Am I really standing behind the bridge right now? Like, did I really get kicked out of here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I seen Steve do some stuff in Woody's that I can't even believe that he's like, welcome back. Woody, I see the lady who owns it, Cece, is a fucking doll. Like the lady who owns Woody, she's such a super nice person, and she's really into the music scene. So I'm sure if you went back, they'd be like, they probably.
Oh no, I've been back.
They wouldn't even remember at that point. Yeah, it's probably like just go home for the night.
Yeah.
Like if you get a permanent ban from Woody's, you probably had to burn the place down.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. But the gun club and
The Hot Rod, not yet. Hot Rod.
Second Mountain.
Second Mountain.
oh, I don't even know where that is.
Yeah, we're never playing there.
Never. You should try to get booked,
Or-
and then you walk in with a Groucho mask on. You know, the mask with the glasses and the big nose and mustache.
Nate's playing outside the bar across the street in a field, and we just have this long XLR cable.
Yeah.
To the,
Be great. Just put some
Lights.
giant spotlights on like he's Area 51.
You get one of those glasses with the banana noses, like the
Yeah.
huge, long, like aesthetically correct banana.
Yeah, I just wear a mask the whole time. I don't know if you guys know this fucking one asshole got kicked out of here. It's definitely not me though.
who's this guy?
Just wear like a fucking fake mustache or something.
Who the fuck's playing the drums?
And a wig.
Who's that fucking cat?
And at the very end, do exactly what you did to get kicked out the first time.
Yeah.
Because the fun thing is, if you're a band, like when you were there, were you playing music? Like were you in a band? Like you were just a guy. But if you're in a band and you do the same thing later on in the night, they're like, they were fucking awesome. Bring them back.
Exactly.
Instruments are
See,
powerful.
he was just rehearsing.
Yeah. Instruments are a powerful thing.
He wanted to practice in the bar before the actual gig itself.
Like
Before he
realistically,
even got booked
Yeah.
to play.
if you get into a bar and you jump on top of the bar and run around the bar
like a fucking nut.
and pull your butt out, you're almost guaranteed to never be asked back.
Yeah.
But if you have a microphone in your hand, you're booked 3 more times before the end of the month.
It's part of the show.
Yeah, that's Steve Fulton in a nutshell. Like, I was like,
Yep.
there's been times where I'm like, oh, Steve's in the bar. And when I say pull his butt out, his pants just fall down and doesn't know they're down. And then when I'm like, Steve, your ass is hanging out, then he goes, oh, is this funny? And then everyone's like, we fucking love this. I love those guys to death. But yeah, instruments are powerful. If you had your drumsticks in your hand, they would have never banned you.
Exactly.
Yep, that's exactly how it goes down. So what's his move when he's drunk?
He doesn't shut up.
No?
I can imagine him like doing like a Captain Morgan thing, just like a huge monologue for like a half hour.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
On promos.
Yeah. No, he'll just start going.
He's a flick of a switch though. Like
Are you an easy drunk?
He'll be just chilling,
It's
drinking,
sneaky.
and then it's just bam. You're just like, well, there's Bane.
Cutting speeches. Too big! I'm not too big.
Up on a podium.
And everyone said you fall asleep, but he disagreed.
No, he doesn't fall.
I feel like it varies. I mean, I don't know, I guess, but like I just feel like it always varies on
He just
I don't
keeps
think-
drinking.
Yeah.
He's just
Until you can't no more.
Because we were at a buddy's house the one night, and we always make up these weird ass drinking games, and it was like, if it's heads, you have to drink. If it's tails, you still have to drink, but a little bit more, like something like that. And
We got really creative.
there
with
was
it.
like some
It's like a
weird.
South Park episode. One of the very first episodes, they're all drinking. He goes, every time they do something, you drink. What if they don't? Fuck it, you drink anyway.
Yeah, and it's like there's this like little, it's like a cup, but then there's like a shot of, I don't know, some tequila, and it's like, all right, Steve, drink it, and then someone will pour more liquor in, and he goes, guys, and like, no, you have to drink. He's like, all right, he just downs it, and it just kind of ends,
What happened?
You have
We're
to
doing it next
chug
week.
that.
No, you don't have to chug it. I don't even know what this one is.
All these Berliner Weisses that we've had are like easy riders, are like 5.5, 4.5.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So no, go Bang.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
The first,
Yeah, we
I had a Starburst once
Flip the
before
script.
here, and it was at the Peanut Bar in Reading, and it was like a that sequence show.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I had no idea what it was, and I was like, what the fuck?
We gotta get
Caught
you
by
guys for
surprise.
like a fucking. I want to watch you guys play FearPong. I think you guys would be really fun with that game.
FearPong.
Yeah. Did we talk about that last time? FearPong. Hold on one second.
What's FearPong?
Oh, you're in for a treat.
Just like a regular Berliner Weiss. It's not bad.
What flavor is it?
It's just like a regular Berliner. That's not bad.
That's not bad.
Oh no.
I wish they all didn't taste the same.
What's that?
I think that's pretty good.
There we go. Here we fucking go. Diving in.
That's what he does. He just puts some in his cup and just drinks it.
I'm gonna start being more sneaky about it. You're not gonna see the next one.
All right, so this is FearPong. I think this game is amazing for you guys, and if you want to buy it, you just go to, I think it's fearpong.com. So when this first started, this was a Kickstarter on, and they started doing like videos on YouTube, and they would have like blind date FearPong, and they had all these really cool stipulations and stuff.
I did see this.
So there's 3 different styles. There's green, yellow, red. Then there's extreme, because when my buddy bought this for me for Christmas. So he bought me the 2 expansions, which is the Christmas expansion and the extreme expansion. So what you do is you set up your cups, and then say if you want to play an easy game,
Like regular beer pong.
These are the coasters that go underneath it.
Okay.
And then if someone makes this cup, you flip it over and you do the dare on it. Oh, they're very slippery. You do the dare on it, and if you do the dare, the cup goes away.
Okay.
If you don't do the dare, the coaster leaves, and then you have to make the cup the second time. So it's pretty much playing beer pong. One game is twice, depending if you do a dare or not. So like this one is, let your opponent tattoo your lower back with a permanent marker. So like you would just, these are the easy ones. Like, okay, I'm gonna get a permanent marker. I'm gonna draw whatever I want. And
You're
give
gonna
you
get a
tramp
dick.
stamp. Yeah, 100%. Like put insert here. There's gonna be arrows. 'Cause that's everywhere you're going.
Well, I want to see what one of the red ones are.
All right,
That's pretty cool.
yeah. So this one is blindfold yourself for the next 3 rounds. So the next 3 rounds you have to shoot completely blindfolded.
Oh, almost sounds like
I might be better then.
This is a blank one. So this one here, I didn't even know these were in here. So like what I can do with this one is I could write my own dare and then insert it into the game. But it had to be a green dare. Like you can't.
Oh, it can't be like something
Yeah.
stupid.
I think some of these are all blanks. To be honest with you.
Red's
Yeah.
like intense or what?
So
I want to see a red one.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll step up. We'll go yellow first.
I'm excited.
So this is yellow. Let your opponent select random 3 things from your fridge, and you must eat them. So just go to
That
the
can get
fridge.
bad.
Yeah.
And here's one that I just pulled. If your opponent consents, allow them to offer you a hickey on your forehead. If they don't consent, drink the cup.
Oh my god. I have to get this game.
Empty everything from your
Give a hickey
pockets.
on the forehead.
Yeah. That's the best part is watching it happen. Empty everything from your pockets and let or your bag on the table and let the audience inspect what items they are as if they were airport security.
Well, it sounds like Piccolo. Do you ever play Piccolo?
No.
It's like a phone app, and it's like that, but like someone has to lick your armpit or finish your drink.
Really?
Yeah, it's fun.
So this is a red. This is just a regular red. Hold a ping pong ball between your butt cheeks for the duration of the game. Drink every time it falls out.
Wow.
And let your opponent give you a makeover for one of them, for that one.
That's right up Steve's alley.
That's a...
A full makeover.
Yep. Here's an insane. No, insane. Do the worm naked.
That's fucking awesome. I would do that right now.
Go to a tattoo shop and get your junk pierced by a licensed professional.
Oh my god.
Wow.
In the middle of the game, just go right to a
Prince
tattoo
Albert. Oh, man.
Shit
This
face.
game could take the whole night.
Call your parents and describe in graphic detail the last time you had sex on speakerphone. Oh my god. There's enough alcohol in me. I would definitely do that. Oh my god. Shit in a hat, then wear the hat.
Oh no.
Yeah, these guys.
You did that one, didn't you?
Invite everyone to spank you. You should assign each person with a unique object for the spanker.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, so these get really bad.
We need this game.
Invite
that
the
should be
audience
green.
to pack a suitcase of random items. Go to door and try to sell them. If you can't close the deal, drink the cup.
So this game's either going to be a blast or you're going to get the cops call on you immediately. Here's a Christmas one. Give 7 articles of clothing from your body to your opponents to celebrate Hanukkah. Your body is the 8th gift.
I don't even think I'm wearing 7 articles of clothing.
I guess they're getting gypped then. Cover yourself in glue and glitter and become a living ornament. That's amazing. So you can play a whole Christmas game if you really wanted to. With honey, attach maize husks to your naked body and run around the block reminding the other villages to celebrate the bounty of the harvest. Yeah.
Oh, with honey, maize. That's maize. That's like corn.
Oh,
Yeah,
all
that's
right.
like corn.
Corn on the
yeah.
cob.
Pour
Yeah.
gravy down the front and back of your pants. Yeah, so it's a Christmas version.
We'll be back for. We'll be
Yeah.
back for
Well,
that.
we'll be here.
Yeah, so maybe
For
one day.
Christmas
Shit in the
version.
hat, whatever the direction.
I said we should do a FearPong tournament, and like everyone has to chip money in to be in the tournament, like tournaments of like 2 people each, and you have to put money in. Because I feel if there's money involved, you're more likely to do the dare. Like if you get like 4 teams and 4 people put in $20 each, that pot can get pretty nice, and you're like, fuck.
We'll win.
I really want that money. I'm gonna fucking do that dare. But if it's like playing poker, if you're playing with play money, you're like, I'm all in.
Yeah.
Because there's no fucking point to it. If there's a little something at stake, you're like, I might have to fucking do this dare. We're gonna lose this game. Like, it kind of puts a little edge on it. I like it. But that's a really fucking fun game. They have a really cool, bunch of cool like YouTube videos of people playing it. Like they'll get 2 people who were like exes at one time.
Oh
Like,
boy.
like ex-boyfriend,
Yeah,
ex-girlfriend,
I
and
saw that.
and they play against each other, and it gets out of control quick. Yeah, really fun stuff. But yeah, that's FearPong. So that's right up your guys' alley. You should definitely pick that up.
What's the
I
worst that
actually
could happen?
rated this one beforehand.
You did?
Yeah, it was like way beforehand. Like,
Yeah, it's a simple.
it's not bad.
You want to do one more?
Yes.
Grab 2.
All right.
These were all really light.
Dealer's choice.
Do you want to do the cupcake one? The crispy, the tasty cake one? The one that tastes like a peanut butter, chocolate peanut butter?
What is that one?
Grab that one, and then grab the strawberry one that we just bought.
Okay.
I'm trying to think what else we talked about in the last episode.
Did you talk to anyone else like face to face about this, like as far as band wise? Because I missed the meeting. Like, did anybody else have any input that you asked us?
As
Any comments as far as Skook's talking and shit?
I'm trying to remember. The meeting wise, it was a lot. Like a lot of it was talking between just like
9.8.
a few bands, and then a lot of people stayed kind of quiet. And then after the meeting was over, it was like, hey, I wanted to say this, or like, it was the meeting was kind of it got a little crazy, like not crazy, like, but just everyone kind of talked over each other for a while, and then some stuff was missed. Like there's some stuff people said they incorporated it, and I just didn't get it because there was just a lot of going on.
Yeah.
So
I
that
couldn't
was
hear over the smoke.
what's that?
I couldn't hear over the secondhand.
The smoking. It is a very smoky place. Yeah. But show wise, what are you guys also? Are you guys gonna do anything? Are you guys looking to do anything crazy on stage? I know some
That's
people
a surprise.
some people are talking about maybe
Cool.
squirt guns or
It's a surprise.
toilet paper guns.
Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's not gonna be a skit. Like, we're not gonna fucking.
It's gonna
have this
be
shit right
on
now.
point. We're just gonna make it up as we go, I guess.
Cool.
Toilet paper crossbows.
Sexy firefighters.
Or real crossbows.
Sexy firefighters. That'd be fucking hilarious.
Socks on cocks.
We blew the budget.
Nice. I love to hear that.
Yeah, no, I'm excited though. Everyone's just up there to have fun.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
I'm
so.
excited to play outside.
You
Yeah,
want
we
to play
have to
outside?
do it. No, we
No,
have to.
First
that-
outdoor show.
Yeah. And plus, it's going to be almost the middle of the day, and that's going to be pretty sweet.
Another cool thing too, and I wish I would have marketed it like this. I mean, so we still have 2 weeks. I probably can. But like this to me is going to be like. It's really loud in the headphones. Yeah.
There's sentiment in there, so that's why I was doing that.
It kind of is like. So a big thing in our area, obviously, is bush parties.
Mm-hmm.
So this reminds me of just like a giant outdoor bush party with bands. Like, there is a place we could put a fire pit, but I really got to gauge the crowd to see if we're gonna light it.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? Like, if people start getting rowdy, I don't think I can light it because I just don't want someone to try to jump through the fire pit or.
What was it, like Woodstock '99, where they
Yeah.
just burned like stages?
Yeah, I don't want extreme damage. Because a lot of people are like, man, I wish this was closer. I wish this was in Pottsville. But I think once everyone sees the venue, they're gonna be like, this makes sense. You know,
It's big and there's an area.
yeah. And I think sometimes it might be the good thing to venture outside where you're used to. I know the amphitheater was talked about. The amphitheater,
Is that on 183 there?
I think so.
That's
it's
right
like
by the sheepskin market or whatever.
I personally have never been there. I know like a lot of
Is
people
that what
enjoy
he's
it.
talking about?
Yeah.
Pat Garrett.
Who?
Pat Garrett. That's the sheepskin.
What did he
That's,
say?
yeah, he owned that Pat Garrett.
Oh.
It's a country-
No,
Why did you
Pat
say-
Garrett.
Back Garrett.
Pat Garrett.
Back Garrett.
I don't know. He owns that the sheepskin store in like. Yeah.
Is that how he talks?
Pat Garrett.
He didn't even get his first name. He's like, Back Garrett. Like, Garrett? What?
Pat
What's your
Garrett.
first name? Back Garrett. What?
Yeah, he mumbles the rest of the sentence.
But yeah, the amphitheater. I mean, like, there's a lot of places in Pottsville outdoor that obviously we could have done this, but when it comes down to like, how do we get alcohol there? How do we make it an all-age show with alcohol? How do we? Is there enough parking if we were to get a big crowd?
If it rains.
If it rains, is there like if the day before Skookstock they turn around and say it is a 1,000% chance going to be extreme lightning thunderstorms? I'm not putting a bunch of people in a field in a lightning storm.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to cancel the show because people put money into this. So what I would do is, Andreas has a giant indoor venue that can fit that's the reason. Like, we only have 900. We're only selling 900 tickets for this show pre-sale. If the day of the show it's completely beautiful, 100% chance, good weather, no rain, we could open that field to way more.
No, definitely.
But the reason we're limiting it to 900 tickets is because if we have to move it indoors, we're still covered. That show can still happen that day. The parking is still going to be a thing where you have all the parking in the world to put these cars, and the show goes on without a hitch.
Mm-hmm.
But like if we do it somewhere like in those other places, the parking's not as accessible. And if we go to this venue that we're at now and we're loud and we're, it's a loud venue or we have the bands are turned up, we're having a good time, there's no sound ordinance. We're on private land. Like, they can't be like, hey, the neighbor 6 miles down the road said shut it down.
Yeah, it's in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, like, they shoot guns there. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, no one's messing with them out there. That's kind of the reason why they did Woodstock the way it is. It's someone's private farm. So if they came up and say, what do you guys, excuse me, turn around, go back down the road, this is private land, you kind of have that ability to do some cool things that you couldn't if you put it within city limits.
Mm-hmm.
So I think once people see it, I think they're going to be really, like, they're going to be like, wow, this is really, like, it. When I first seen it, I was like, the stage is cool. It could, like, maybe a little bigger, but I think for what the venue has, the field is beautiful. Like, it's a really nice looking place. It's kind of cool the way you walk over a footbridge to get into the venue, and you'll walk in and you'll see all the vendors, and you walk up around the vendors and then turn the stage, and then the stage is there. You know what I mean? And then off, like, the stage is looking out this way, and then off to the right is the pavilion where all the bands are going to be hanging out. You can go buy merch or hang out or buy, like, the new Crowbot album. It'll all be there. So there's like, it's kind of spread out to the point where, like, hey, maybe I don't want to be on stage right now. I'm going to go talk to some vendors. You're kind of around. You can have a conversation with the vendors, and you're not getting blasted by the speakers right away because you can talk about what's going on with the vendors. You can grab food. You can get beer. Depending on what the venue wants to do, they might open the kitchen indoors. So if you want to sit indoors in the kitchen, they have like an indoor kitchen bar area too. That might be open. ATM is on site, so you can pick up some cash if you want.
that'd be
that's
convenient.
a lot of cool things. We'll have security there. We're gonna have event T-shirts that are gonna be printed the day of the show. So like if you're like, hey, I need a large, they literally put it on the machine, print it out, dry it out. Here's your shirt. You got your shirt for the day. So like we're gonna have event shirts. We'll have the poster of the skull with all the band names, so people can buy a print of that poster, and then they can go with like, hey, I'm a huge fan of you guys, or Apollo 88, can you sign this? And you guys can put your signature on it, and that could be like an event day thing. So there's a lot of cool things we have planned out. It's gonna be a fun time, and like I said, it's a showcase of bands, comics. The comics are really cool. They're funny. They've tried a few times. It's just the same way in the music. It's hard to get people out to shows. Like people say, "Oh, stand-up comics, I'm not doing that." But you go see them, you're like, "They were fucking funny. Like they were good. Like, and they're trying to get their craft up." So it's kind of like two different things that are happening in our area that we're giving some exposure to. All right,
so
Ben. It's the tasty
3
cake.
years lost. This is the peanut butter tandy cake. Imperial Dessert Stout with chocolate, peanut butter, vanilla, and lactose. Clocking in at 9.8% alcohol by volume. So that's kind of going like a step up a little bit. Some of our stouts that we do have in the fridge.
This is a stout.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so he says peanut butter. Usually when it's a darker beer and it has peanut butter, I don't get as much coffee taste.
Yeah.
Alright, so initial smell, it smells exactly like
Peanut butter.
a peanut butter tasty cake. See, these flavors sound so fucking awesome to me, and then I drink it. I'm gonna do the first pour. Just I don't want to.
Fair enough.
Because
Looks like coffee.
I had a beer.
they all
from them.
taste like coffee to me.
I had a beer from them. It was called Martin. It was just like a vanilla like lactose beer. It was like a double India Pale Ale. It was really good.
And where did you get this beer from?
I got it from one of my buddies.
This is a trade beer.
Yep, Eric Pug, Whitehall buddy. He actually gave me a whole like assortment of stuff. I drank some on my own.
Did you try this already?
No.
Okay.
This is
So-
like coming
It
in.
does smell like a tasty
No.
cake.
Another cool thing about these beers too, with the craft beer scene, which makes it kind of crazy, is like these beers here. The ones that we had today are pretty much. You can pretty much go to any beer store, Ithaca, and this is probably like their normal beers that you can get at any point in time. Maybe one of these beers, they might do like, hey, we're gonna make 100 cans of this, and if you don't get it the day of, you're never getting this again. They don't make stuff the second time around. So like from a music standpoint, like we're gonna record a song, and if you don't hear us play it that day, you're never gonna hear it again. So it makes it more like demand. So people stand in line for these beers because they were like, you're releasing what? And they'll be like, we're making a tasty cake beer. If you guys don't show up to our place at this time, like people set up lawn chairs and sit there for hours before the place opens so they can make sure they get
Let that
allotments.
warm up. Let that warm up. That's
Too cold?
Too cold.
Okay.
Because you really taste like it's sweet.
Steve kind of.
Son of a bitch! What are we gonna do with you?
All right. So what he's saying here is, some of these beers, especially the darker
Well, I'll
ones,
have a little bit more than.
if they're too cold, it doesn't release a lot of the flavor. So you kind of not get warm, but you
like room temperature.
yeah, not room, but just let it sit for a couple seconds here. So if there's anything about the Skookstock that you guys, like, how would you promote it to people? What are some things you've been saying about it that you're like, if you could put it over, we'll say in wrestling terms?
I mean, to our fans, just I mean, take it like a festival. Like it's kind of like a. I mean, this is really pushing it, but like think of it as kind of like a mini Warped Tour. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just like
A local Warped Tour.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good way of putting it.
Mhm.
Like a bunch of bands. You might go. You might hate 3 of them. You might really like 4 of them.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I mean. You saw 4 bands that you know you could follow and go out and have a good time. And I mean, I'm sure a bunch of other musicians around the area are going to come and check it out.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So.
I hope that it gets to the point where some, like, without even really going into it too much, because I don't want to put anyone out there, but like we've been contacted by a lot of different bands. Are like, how do we get on this show? How do we get on this show? And it's like, man, because this happens so fast. Like, there's a lot of things that personally I would have done differently. But this is, I'm just being I try to be transparent, and sometimes my transparency gets me in trouble. But like, this started as literally like a bunch of bands came on the podcast, or I went to go see bands live and then talk to them like, hey man, I'd love to have you on the show. And I built like a friendship with the bands like I did with you guys. And then I was like, oh, would you guys be interested in doing like a beer pong tournament between the bands? I thought that'd be a good time. And they're like, yeah, everyone was down for that. And then James from Bad Maggie was like, well, we can do it at Andrea's. They have an outdoor stage and a huge field, and we're all in private land. No one's going to really mess with us. We could do it out there. Maybe the bands would be interested in playing, and then we'll just maybe sell tickets for it, or like put tickets out there, or people can come and just hang out. And I was like, that'd be a cool idea. I'm with it. And then I contacted 6 bands. We put it together. I was like, this is awesome. It happened to fall on a day where Crowbot wanted to do something, and it fell to, well, they don't want to play against our show because they didn't want to pull away from the crowd, because what they seen what we were doing was something cool and something this area should have or needed. So they're like, can we be a part of it? And I like, well, yeah, why not? So then we had to do some logistical things to see how we can make that work. And then once it went through, they're like, well, by the way, you know, Fate's Got a Driver is going to be touring with us. Is there a way they can get on board? And I was like, yeah, let me work some details out, see if we can make this physically work as well. And we talked some numbers, and we have people who are putting money towards it and backing it. And they said, yeah, we're comfortable with that. So then it turned into what it is now. It started very, very quick. It turned into something completely different. And I think it's gonna be. I'm really, really excited for it. Like I think if people are willing to come out and support local music, and just give it a shot, I think you're gonna be really surprised. My hopes is you turn around and you say, I didn't even realize that our area had this much music in it, because like there's so many times where you like bands or you guys or other people play in shows, and for the most part it's the same 30-40 people who come to support these shows. I think if someone steps out of their circle a little bit and says, cool, I'm going to support it. I know in this area people say $25 is a lot, but you're never going to see 2 national acts, total of 8 bands, 6 comedians for that price. It's just not going to happen. You'll pay $25 to see 1 band. You know what I mean? Like, I think this is a really cool thing. I just think if you come out and give it a shot, I think you're going to have a really good time, and you're going to meet new people. And I know the feelings I get at every single show I go to in the area. It's nothing but love. Everyone has a good time. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time. And you can socially interact with people, like with the bands. Like every band and the reason I picked the bands on it, because you can literally walk up to any one of these bands and have a conversation, and no one's like, bye, and walk away. You know what I mean? Like, no one's a dick about it. Well, I don't know, maybe him, but no, I'm joking. But no, everyone's really cool. Everyone's open. Like, the reason the 6 bands that are on it is because I personally went out and looked at these guys and met them and talked to them, and they came on the show and supported this, and I support them, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be really fun. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I liked your guys' post. Do you like beer? Do you like being outside? Do you like coming to support local music? If you answered yes to all these questions, go check out this show. That was fun.
And there's still some no's in there.
They're all, yeah. Right now I don't have to post anymore.
I said no to everything.
I know.
Oh, so yeah.
Is it like beer? No.
I hate beer.
Hate beer. All right. And then you tasted it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you get any coffee? Well, you're probably the worst person to ask. Did you get coffee at all?
A little bit of the roast.
So I'm going to get a little coffee taste.
You might. But it's super sweet, but you taste a little bit of the creamy peanut butter into it.
So it smells
Slightly.
very like chocolate peanut butter.
Yeah.
It is like a tasty
I can taste
like
peanut
someone
butter in
literally like threw like the tasty cakes in there.
I can taste peanut butter, definitely.
Coffee.
God damn it.
Can I drink
Coffee.
it now?
Yeah, go ahead. We're all going to watch it.
Gulp.
Bam.
What's your review?
I wish I could get into it. I really do.
It's like
All right, so initial taste coffee. The aftertaste, when it's sitting on your tongue and it's in the back of your throat, it does taste like you ate a tasty cake.
Yeah.
You get peanut butter.
Yeah.
I get coffee. I don't get the peanut butter.
I can taste the peanut butter.
I get
you
the
may
I get the peanut butter aftertaste.
You may think I'm a little fucked up by saying this.
There's nothing you're gonna say that's gonna
It
surprise
tastes a little
me.
bit like banana.
Banana.
I don't get banana.
No
A little
banana.
bit. Like I just swished it in my mouth. It tasted like banana.
You swished it.
Mm-hmm.
Nate, switch it in your mouth.
Swish it a little bit, Nate. Gurgle it.
Do it. Like Chewbacca.
Coffee.
Banana.
Come.
Coffee. Tasting notes.
Kind of.
Could you imagine? It's like,
No, coffee. That's
this
all
is
I have.
the we brewed this for hours. This is the cum beer. I'm not buying that one.
We will take that sponsorship.
Apollo 88's cum beer. Come one, come all.
We might sell that as
Come see the show.
That should be your shirt. Come see the show.
Yes.
Yes.
We need something.
We need Riley Reid on a shirt.
Yeah.
If you're listening,
How much would that cost?
well, just fuck her.
I didn't think of that.
Realistically, here's the thing, and I found out you'd be surprised at how often sometimes things pan out. If you probably just sent like someone a message, they're like, "Hey, we're an upcoming band. We're big fans of yours. If we sent you a shirt, would you take a picture in it and send us back, and we could use it as like our Facebook page? They probably would do it, like realistically.
Yeah.
I know that one of my buddies, he was going for his Eagle Scout. The both of them were.
How old is he?
Well, it was like way back.
Oh, okay.
Way back when. Jesus.
Hope you're okay.
Way back when. Well, they were sending.
He's 45. He's gone.
Well, their thing was to get autographs.
In your bathroom. Thanks.
They were to get autographs from like different celebrities or like musicians, whoever, right? And one of the people that they actually had sent a request to was Sasha Grey. Thinking, oh fuck it, we're gonna do it.
How old were they?
Oh, like 18, 19, I forget. Like it's Ricky.
They're getting
Ricky
old.
Wetzel.
Oh, okay.
So anyhow, here they sent it out. Lo and behold, autographed picture, Sasha Grey. Thank you, Troop 7, whatever.
That's
fuck.
hilarious.
Sasha Grey.
Well, if there's any local porn stars that are listening, we want you on our T-shirt.
Are there
Local
any
porn
local
stars?
porn stars?
What?
I don't know. There might be.
I mean, I
never know.
heard.
We're
I heard
fishing.
from.
I'm sure if you contacted like Beavers and be like, "Can we shoot our music video in your
That would be fucking awesome.
and do a music video in like Leave It to Beavers strip club?" If you do that, I want to be in the video. I just also want to be in Beavers, so it's
We're just gonna have Tony in a big fur coat.
and a hat. throwing quarters. Have you been to Beavers recently or ever?
Never.
All right, so Beavers when it first
We gotta go.
when it first started, it was a stage,
We do a
right?
podcast
So, like,
inside.
Yeah. Everyone, hook your mic up. To be determined. That's equipment we're buying that I can do it on the road. But so when you first we go in there, it literally you open the door, you're in a tiny little room, you pay your admission, and then as soon as the next door opens, just boobs are in your face. It's like one giant room with just a stage in the middle, and then the stage was higher up, and it was so high that the girls couldn't even go up the pole, or they're like gonna hit the ceiling, right? And then you like kind of sit in the stage, and it's not even like a legit, like, I don't want to say it's not like a legit strip club, but most strip clubs, they're on the stage, they dance on the stage. Then maybe they'll walk over to the side of the stage and they'll be like, check this out, and they walk away. Because they want you to go in the back with them.
Yeah.
And they kind of leave that like, oh my god, I was really close. If I just pay extra money, I can go in the back. Beavers throws that whole game plan out the window. She walks up and she's like, check it out. And you're like, awesome. And she just gets off the stage. Like, she just jumps off and she gets right in your lap and she just puts them right in your face. And you're like, so she gives you like kind of like a table, like a dollar dance in your lap while she's doing her stage act. And then she gets back on the stage and then she just goes to the next person. So literally that's how Beavers operates. The girl gets on stage, does her little thing, gets naked, and then walks around to each person that's sitting stage side and does a little thing for them. Which is great. It's a great time.
I've been to one strip club. It was Buck Rubs.
Yeah.
And I went there with 3 of my buddies. And the one kid I was with at the time, he went to Penn State Berks. And he just found out that night that he had homework due. So there he is in the strip club doing his homework that was due at 12 o'clock at midnight. It's like 11:56. He's doing his homework in the middle of the strip club. It was the funniest thing ever.
That's awesome.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so it's a really, really fun time. But now the thing is they took the stage out. So now the stage is in a pit.
What's this?
This is a strawberry beer. This is the last one we're going to do.
Okay, I gotta pee quick.
Jesus.
Yeah, I know, man.
But yeah, so it's a good time. I was just saying the music video should be shot and Leave It to Beavers.
We're doing a music video in a strip club.
That'd be great.
Leave It to Beavers.
Yeah.
I was there.
Leave It to Beavers may or may not have an
Actual beaver.
actual beaver. No, I'm just trying to be politically correct. A tiny person?
A midget.
Sure, I guess you said it, not me. I don't know what the term is anymore. We'll just say little person.
Okay.
I don't know about you guys, but that's on my list. That's on my bucket list. A lap dance from a tiny person.
Well, I guess we gotta shoot a video there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
Where
think
is
that'd
it?
just be
Where is
like the challenge would be doing it with a straight face. Like
would do
she's just like comes off the stage, climbs up on your lap. Like I'd just be like, this is fucking awesome.
We gotta take Willie.
Did you ever see Bridget the Midget?
I've seen her, not in person.
Oh.
Yeah, but I know who she is.
Yeah.
I may have watched a couple videos. Not like, all right. I never fucking like did anything with the videos, but it was more like that's not gonna fit in there. It was one of those.
Fit.
I don't know how. I don't know how a kid didn't come out her nose. Like
It always fits.
It always fits. Yeah, I definitely know. I think Bridget the Midget was in one of the local places not too long ago. Like I think
She was at Building 24 in Wyomissing.
really.
He was there. He knows. He's
Did
a
you
big
go?
Fan, big fan.
I did not go to that one.
Oh,
To that one.
I know the one up in Wilkes-Barre gets a lot of like actual big name porn stars sometimes.
Yeah.
Is it what's that? Teasers?
Al's Diamond
No.
Cabaret.
All right, so we're talking about when like celebrity porn stars come
Yeah.
to the area. I think most of them go to Teasers, which used to be called G Club 10.
Oh, I don't know about
By the
teasers.
casino.
Oh, I don't know about teasers. I never went
Because
to
I remember
teasers.
somebody was there not too long ago that was like kind of famous. Was there?
I know that like
Like
Al's,
if Riley Reid was in Wilkes-Barre, I'd be there.
I wear
Al's
my
Diamond.
shirt.
Al's
Yeah,
Diamond
I'd high
Cabaret.
five her.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Al's
You
Diamond.
should wear that
Cabaret.
shirt and then bring your band shirt. Be like, I'll trade you shirts. And just get a fucking picture of you in our shirt. Like and
That'd be cool.
That's how you do it. That's how you play it.
And then you do the whole cool thing where you have a T-shirt of you wearing her T-shirt, and then she's wearing your T-shirt on an actual T-shirt.
And then she's wearing our T-shirt in a video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing what? Charity work?
Yeah.
Praying.
doing multiple services all at once.
She's helping out a soup kitchen.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be.
She's a very delightful woman, isn't she?
So like,
Oh.
here's I can't say this for like Riley. This whole podcast just turned into we're talking about porn stars.
But
and
just let
putting it out there.
me get my point in here too.
I'm terrified.
Al's Diamond Cabaret actually does have like more of the celebrity porn stars because there's that Duke University porn star that was there
didn't
like
know
years
that was a
ago.
thing.
Yeah, Bella Knox, I think her name is. Bella Knox, yeah. Apparently she was a Duke University student, and she basically did porn to pay for her tuition.
It's not what it looks like.
I know recently, going back to Blink-182, this one, I don't remember her name, but I just remember seeing it on the internet. Her and another porn star went to a Blink-182 show dressed as the nurse, and because they're hot and they're porn stars and they were dressed like the nurse, they let them like almost backstage. So when Mark walked by, he was like, "Oh my god!" and he just like went to high five them. But when he high fived him, he put like 3 guitar picks in their hand, and they were like, "Oh my god, I know 2 of your songs. I'm so happy." Yeah, like a real fan, but like, fucking bitches or tits. But yeah, I remember like I said, I'm a big Howard Stern fan, and Howard Stern used to always talk about this guy named Bubba the Love Sponge, and he had a girl on his show. She was called the Show Whore, and she would do anything for the show. Anything.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Right. So they did all these like fun things where they would like taser each other. So then she was like, "Oh my god, could you imagine if someone got like tasered on their balls?" And then I was like, "I would never fucking do that." And she goes, "I'll take one to the puss if someone takes one to the balls." So then it became like Shock the Puss, like, and the guy Bubba let's one sounds like this real fast. Like it's like, "Oh, we're playing a game called Shock the Puss on the show. Also here the show whore." But it's like the whole time she was on the show, she's like, "I'm not bullshitting. Like ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be a porn star." Like that was her. Like she's very open about it, but she's very funny. But she's in like a lot of podcasts too. She's a porn star, but she's also like very, very like she's an entertaining person. But yeah, that's the only actual person I probably follow more than I should. But I don't even like care to see her porn. Like I actually listen to her podcast and like hearing her talk and stuff. Like she's funny. Like she's kind of entertaining. She's entertaining. She's an entertaining person.
That's like
emphasis on the taint.
That's like
Yeah.
Lisa Ann. She's from Easton, PA.
Is that the girl?
She's the one that did.
She's
Who's
the
Nail-
MILF.
Yeah, she did the
Who's
Sarah.
Nailin' Palin.
Yeah, she did Sarah Palin. Yeah,
Yeah.
She's actually a huge basketball fan too.
Yeah, she's
She
like
has huge
really into
basketballs.
sports.
Yeah, she does. She has huge. That's how I see. I didn't know her from porn. I knew her because she did another podcast where she talked about sports, and everyone's like, "Yo, did you see that new porn star talking about sports?"
Also, Mia Khalifa does
Mia
now.
Khalifa does that now too. Yeah, and she's actually a huge fan of all the Washington teams. So she likes the Redskins, the Wizards,
Nationals and stuff.
Yeah, so I'm now a huge Mia Khalifa fan.
I mean,
I'm gonna be honest. I watched a couple of her porns. She didn't do it for me as a porn star, so she's probably better as a sports entertainer person. The entire time she's doing it, she just didn't look like she was into it. Like, I felt uncomfortable watching it. She's like, oh, fuck, just please give me a check when this is over. Like, the whole time, she just looked like she hated it.
I saw this meme, and it was... There was, like, 2 pictures, and the first picture was men discussing sports, and it was, like, a big brawl. And the second picture was men discussing porn stars, and it was, like, a round table. Everyone's cooperating.
I had a conversation one time with people... And we're all just sitting in our room like, oh, let's all get to know each other. Of course, I'm an idiot. And I like to make people uncomfortable. Like, it's just entertaining to me. So I was like, all right, cool. So there was like a few couples in the room. And I was like, all right, so everyone's like, what's your favorite color? What's this? And I was like, what's your porn category? And everyone just like the brakes hit. They were like, what? And the one person was like, didn't miss a beat. He's like, I'm into this. And then the dude started real quick. And there was like 1 or 2 girls that like said their thing. And this one guy was like, I like the real rough stuff when they're like smacking the chick and choking her. And their girlfriend goes, we've never fucking done that, you pieces. That's what you fucking watch. And they got into a fight and left the party. I'm still very, very good friends with the girl. Like, she's a cool person. But it was just one of those, like, awkward porn conversations that turned into a couple fight. But it was really funny. Like, everyone was like, this is my category. He's like, and he got way too comfortable. He's like, yo, me too. And he said it, and his girl was not into it at all. She was like, you fucking prick. That's what you be fucking watching.
That'd be awesome.
Ben, what's your category?
Oh, come on, really?
Yep, here we go. It's happening.
Ben is very into butts. Ben's a butt guy.
Yo, same.
Yeah, any butt category, I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm all in.
Yeah.
AEW, all in.
Another wrestling reference. We're all about it.
Hey, if we're going big, we're going big. Man.
Yeah. Ben, if he pulled out like Instagram right now, his whole feed is just girls in yoga pants stretching and stuff. He's into like some strange butt stuff.
How's that strange?
He obsesses it though. Like, he's way into it.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna break it down.
Get the phone out.
Okay.
Let's see your history.
Like, not even like sex stuff. He just like, it's just a girl in these, like, I thought they were painted on her. Like, I thought she had body paint on, and they were legit pants. And she hikes them so far up.
Fucking awesome.
And she just like, to me it's funny. Like,
okay, understand this then too. You're gonna
bust
get
on Instagram while you're talking.
How many times do you beat off a day?
Oh, that's a question. He's a guest. You
No.
have to answer.
It just got personal.
See? Oh no.
So you're like,
Hang on.
Change the subject.
Up there, there's a hot girl right there. There's Darth Vader. We're mixing it up.
so it's probably either butt comic book related, but
oh, Pokemon. There we go. Pokemon.
No,
there's a butt. There we go.
That's just an ad.
Like, there's a girl just doing like simple stuff, and she has a nice ass. Like,
is this the stretching ones?
No, it's
just
a different one. It's her roommate.
Yeah.
It's her roommate. Yeah, I mean.
No, that's definitely yoga.
All right, here's what I'm gonna say.
And like, there's another girl that she's a cosplayer, but she's like.
Oh yeah, that's his thing too.
Yeah.
She was wearing her panties inside out.
And like, there's a girl in the bodysuit. She's a little husky, but she's still pretty good looking. You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't mind. And then there's Lacey Evans and Liv.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I follow Lacey Evans then too on Instagram. She has some good stuff.
Hold on.
See, there's some random mall from Delaware. She has a pineapple on her ass. I was gonna ask her, I'm like, why do you have a pineapple?
I was gonna ask her. I was gonna DM her about it.
So what's with the pineapple?
Like, pretty much. I'm like, what's the significance of the pineapple tattooed on your ass cheek?
I follow this page called Kids Getting Hurt.
Guilty pleasures.
Right?
Okay, put it this way
All right,
then
so
too.
but it's not always kids. It's like sometimes they're adults.
Oh, I saw this. This is fucking funny.
I didn't see this one yet, so this
It's
is
hilarious. But watch the background. The kid just jumps. Good job, mommy.
That kid had no concept of Yo, he's so happy to die. Look how happy his face is. He's like,
fuck it, I'm going.
And look at this girl.
It's in
This
slow
girl
motion
has
too.
Look how happy he is.
a tiger tattoo.
Do you like? Are you a tattoo guy with that? You like tattoos?
I didn't
I
even.
could go either way. It has to be done.
He just face plants.
Oh.
Full scorpion.
Scorpion. Oh! Did he get up crying?
Good job, honey.
The kid's fucking awesome.
Did you ever watch Superhuman?
Yes. Oh,
Oh,
I'm literally crying right now.
Superhuman's my fucking hero.
it's funny.
So follow
because
this account. If I can tell you to follow it, kids getting hurt on Instagram, and then this is my other guilty play. Like, all right, so this doesn't do anything for me sexually. I don't fucking jerk off to this. I just think it's funny, and I always joke around with my wife. I said, if I just want one free pass, and it would be with this girl. Her name is Freaka Brit. She's a midget or a small person, but she's like the Cardi B of small people. She's not like I think she's not bad looking, but she makes like these stupid twerk videos, but they're funny because she's so little.
Exercise ball.
Like she has a really awesome body for being 3 foot tall.
there's a girl I was just showing your drummer. She actually has a tattoo.
I'd marry that woman. I'd divorce and remarry her.
She has an actual tiger on her ass tattooed.
Did you ever see the girl with the octopus tattooed in her butt?
Oh, I know who that is. I forget what her name is, but I do know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
The octosphincter.
I didn't know that was her name.
That's what they call it.
I just seen her on a tattoo thing, but then I found out she's a porn star. She has octopus tattooed on her butt cheeks, and then she does twerk videos, and the octopus looks like it's
Alright.
moving.
Wow.
Ben probably has her.
So like it opens it
Like
up in a purse or something.
Like
It's the eye of the tiger. It's the brown eye of the tiger. Could you imagine being married to her and she farts? You're like, oh, she's roaring.
The growls.
This podcast took such a weird turn.
I like the term.
Of course you do.
This is the off the rails podcast.
It definitely went off the rails.
Oh god, man.
Oh man.
Man alive. Look at this bigger girl with the tattoos. She has a bodysuit on.
I just like
She's
tattoos.
okay looking.
I like
Like,
tattoos.
yeah,
I'm a tattoo person. I look at tattoos though, and I like someone says, like shows me their tattoo, and I'm like, that fucking hurt getting it there. Like if someone's like, oh, I have a tattoo, and they show me it's like on their ribs, I'm like, you're a fucking badass. Like I wouldn't sit there for 4 hours and get that.
Stabbed.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of like the feeling.
Yeah, I think it's therapy. I could fall asleep.
Yeah.
Like where all do you have tattoos though?
I mean, anywhere close to the just my arms.
His
Right
taint.
here. Like when it got close to the elbow, it hurt. But
Yeah, that's.
I mean, I just got this one last week, and
That does look kind of new. Yeah, like a switchblade.
No, it's a straight razor.
yeah,
Oh, straight razor. What made you get the straight razor?
because I can do this.
That's
No,
a
but
good
like-
game planning.
I went to it was a tattoo back expo down in Reading, and I was walking around, and I was at this one stand. The guy's just like, "You want a tattoo?" I'm like, "Yeah." So I like had this idea. I'm like, "All right." So I like these old school tattoos.
Like so what you have on your arm is considered like a. Let me see again.
Like old, yeah. Old
That's like an
school.
American traditional style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thick black line, whatever. But and I was like, he's like, "Oh, what are you looking for?" I'm like, "I'll get this straight razor." It has like no significant meaning, but every time someone sees it, like, "Oh, what does it mean?" I'm like,
You could become a barber now, and people are like, dude, you're fucking
backup plan.
You're like the backup. You're the most badass barber in the area.
Yeah. But like I was like, it doesn't mean anything. But I'm gonna start making up lies. But like in the afterlife,
Just go on stage and be like, ooh, check that shit out.
like, put your headlock.
I'm gonna give you a fun
sorry.
fact.
You're
I'm
good.
gonna give you a fun fact.
Oh.
Did you know that there's only a few states that can actually do a straight razor? You have to be certified to do a straight razor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, almost every state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like there's only like
So when
only
you-
a very few. One of them
I would
is
know this because I
Pennsylvania.
work at a school that teach cosmetology school. So when you go to school and you become a beautician, you learn, most times you learn almost everything. Like you learn how to cut men's hair,
Yeah.
women's hair. The only thing that a barber teaches you that a beauty school doesn't is literally you get certified in straight razor. That's the only difference.
Because my girlfriend went to Empire,
That's where I work.
and
No, spoiler alert.
I'm like, so like, if you want to be a barber, can you go there? She's like, no, because they
You
only
can
do-
cut men's hair,
Yeah,
but you can't shave
Yeah.
them with a straight razor.
Yeah.
That's the
Which
only
is-
difference between a barber's license and a cosmetology license is a straight razor.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Because Edward Scissorhands. Not
Yeah.
Edward Scissorhands. Fucking Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd, yeah.
Who the fuck is there with Scissorhands?
I'm sure he's really good. He can cut hair too, and hedges.
Hedges.
Yeah, he's trimmed bushes.
I like a good trim bush.
Tattoos. So I'm trying to segue every time we just get perverted every 30 seconds. I'm not I think it's funny, but
Fans want the porn star talk.
it's the first time we ever talked about porn on the show. So congratulations, guys.
For like
First
45 minutes.
Yeah, for a very big chunk.
Are they also the very first to get a second episode then as a band?
Band, yeah.
There you go. That's
Yeah.
another second. That's another first.
Yeah. Making history.
Oh god
Well,
damn it!
I don't think every time you get a
Fucking
group of
shocked
guys
me, man.
together, I
Damn.
don't think there's never going to be talk about porn stars.
Yeah,
It's like
Are you
a category.
okay?
It's like, all right, it's like Pokemon cards.
yeah.
It's like, I have this.
Sorry.
You ever seen this?
When you come walk in the door with a porn star shirt on, we have to talk about it.
Exactly. That's why I wore it.
Yeah.
This is my second favorite shirt. I have the one show we played, there's titties on my shirt.
Is there?
Yeah, I have a picture of it. Hold on.
Did I see it?
Um,
there?
We didn't segue very well.
Oh. I don't know if I was at the show where you had titties on your shirt. I was at
Yeah.
the show where you had her on your shirt, and I was like, I know who's on your shirt, but I don't want to say it because I don't want to be that guy. I'm out myself.
I don't remember
I've been
the
asking you to do a porn convention. I want to go to one porn
No.
convention for the experience.
All right,
That's
so here's the
all.
thing. I'm really into like nerdy stuff. Like I like comic books. I like like all that, like video games, all of that. I went to my first Comic-Con. Oh, the Ramon shirt, yeah.
No, it's
the famous, yeah. I went to my first Comic-Con and I was not into it. Like I thought, man, like I'll be at home, like because this is everything here that everyone talks about is stuff I'm into, and all Comic-Cons is just. I'm sorry if you're this person, but it's disgusting, sweaty people who are into comic books like me. Except the only difference between me and them is they don't shower.
yeah.
Everyone smells like an armpit. It's disgusting. Like
Well,
I
think
think
about it. They sit in a room all day and read comic books, so they don't really like. They go weeks when they say, I don't really need a shower. I didn't do anything today."
Yeah.
The next day comes back.
dude, I walked in some of that Comic Con, and I literally Comic Cons are one or two things. It's people like you're like, oh cool, there's gonna be people cosplaying. I hope there's really hot girls cosplaying as really cool stuff, and it's gonna be awesome. It's never that way. It's a girl who's like 8,000 pounds, and she's cosplaying as Mystique.
Yeah, and it's just like, here's blue paint all over me.
Yeah, and I'm just like, why? And you're like, okay, I'm not body shaming. I'm glad you're so comfortable in your skin that you can do that. But if you literally smell like you didn't shower for a month, like get the fuck away from me. Like, people walk up and are like, hey man, I'm like, I'm really bad with bad smells. Like oh god, right? So and then it also smells like an attic because everyone there brings like all these
Older
old toys and stuff that's been sitting in an attic for 6. So it's like old attic musky smell mixed with
Mothballs.
balls and sweaty armpits. It's horrible. So I couldn't even imagine what a fucking porn convention smells like. I'm not saying the girls would smell bad. I just think everyone, like, it would be like Comic-Con on fucking meth. Because if you're comfortable enough to go to a porn convention as a human being, like,
Apparently people are.
because only certain people go to conventions, I feel like all right, so if I went to a convention and I was like invited because a friend went and I thought like they were cool, they didn't fit the bill of everybody else. But like I stumbled into a tattoo convention, I was like, oh, this is cool. But like people who are like, I'm planning 8 months ahead to go to this convention because I like Zelda and I'm really gonna, like, you need to shower before you get there. It's horrible. We went to a Comic-Con and we're talking about how bad it smells, and he's like, I want to go to a porn convention. I'm like, that probably smells like a Comic-Con times 2.
Just times 2 tones.
It just smells like fucking dirty, like a dirty masturbation sock.
Astroglide semen.
Yeah. Like a guy probably fucking came in his pants 14 times while he was there because he's an uncontrollable fucking guy who doesn't get his penis touched. And he's just getting pictures with girls. He's like, I'm done, thank you. And he walks away.
But he has to walk like a pen because his pants are stiff.
Yeah, it's like, you can take his pants off and stand there straight up like it's a snowstorm.
Is that do you starch on your pants, or are you just happy to see me?
That's
fucking
That's
bad.
a. I just want to put that in your mind for
I know.
when you go to a porn convention.
I'm just saying, I would rather.
I'm
go
not
with a
going
group.
with you.
Why not?
I'm not a part of it.
Not even if Asa Akira was there.
No. it's not about the people that are.
I get it.
Because
but
if you
It's about the
not
people who are going.
Yes.
Not about who's there.
You're like, oh, cool. Like, I'm a huge like. Give me a celebrity. Like, all right, I like fucking Shawn
Brad Pitt.
All right, I don't know if I'd pay for like I wouldn't pay for many celebrities' autographs. But like, all right, I like David Grohl. So I would think, okay, I'm gonna go see David Grohl. I have to stand in line to see David Grohl. If everyone in line smells like a fucking dirty gym sock,
You're out.
I'm not that excited to see David Grohl anymore. For literally to stand there for 4 hours to walk and be like, thank you. Get the fuck out. Like, I stand there for 4 hours smelling someone's stinky asshole because they don't know how to wipe their ass to see David Grohl for 35 seconds. No, for 15 seconds for him to be like, sweet bro, get the fuck out. I got 8,000 more people to say hi to.
Yeah.
It's just not for me. Like, that whole convention thing just doesn't make sense to me. Like, oh, cool, I paid. Like, I met fucking this guy. How much? Oh, fucking $80. Good deal. I was like, they don't even know who you are. Like, there's no personal connection at all. Like if I walked in, I'd be like, David Grohl, and I would just show him my hairy chest. So in case I ever seen him, be like, remember the one time I seen you in line, and I just fucking flashed you? He's like, dude, that was fucking crazy. Like, that would be, you know what I mean? Like Stan Lee. You know what I mean? Like, I remember that Excelsior. You pulled your dick out on the table. You got your autograph, but you probably got arrested. Like, I don't know. I just don't see that point of standing in line for another human being for 14 hours. And a porn convention is probably even worse.
It's crusty.
Yeah.
Everything you touch is sticky.
It's like you walk through like someone spilled their popcorn
It's
and
like
soda.
walking on Velcro.
Yeah. It's like a movie theater. Like, you just, it's horrible.
You gotta throw all your clothes away when you get home.
Yeah, you're just like, can never wear this again. I had 14,000 people touch me that probably just jerked off and they touched my shirt. Just walk around with a black light on everybody like, you're fucking gross, bro.
You're like a fucking lightsaber.
Yeah. Terrible. It's a horrible idea. Don't do it. I mean, if you go, have fun. But I won't be with you.
I just always wanted to.
We'll play there, though.
Huh?
We'll play there, though.
Yeah.
Apollo 88.
If they need entertainment. Yeah.
Apollo 88, see us at the Northeast PA Porn Convention.
Exotica.
Where would be a place that you guys would like to play?
I actually want to play at, start playing at college bars.
I think you guys do very well there.
Because I messaged people, was it Kutztown, Bloomsburg, State College stuff,
Oh, those are good areas, yeah.
but they never got back to me yet.
Really?
Yeah, it's pissing me off.
You ever shot like Penn State Schuylkill?
I don't know where we would play there.
Hmm?
I don't know where we would play.
In the gym. Like, they have like an auditorium
They
and
actually
stuff.
have an auditorium.
You probably have a hookup there or something, right?
The thing is, though, is I think if you were to play there...
No family reunion, huh?
Huh?
No family reunion, huh?
No. If I was going to play there, and if you probably walked in with a set list you normally play, I don't know how over it would go, because I think a lot of people that go there would be a predominantly hip-hop crowd, we'll say.
Oh,
Yes.
So, like, if you guys did, like, those punk... You ever watch, like, Punkos? Like, punk,
Yeah.
Like, if you took covers of, like, Post Malone or all these different, like, rap things and did, like, cool, like, your style covers to them, I think they'd go over fucking amazing.
That'd be sweet.
Like, I think if more bands did that style, like, maybe not like a rip-off of someone's cover of another cover, but if someone went up and did, like, a cover of a song that, like... that's completely out of the genre of a rock band and did a cover of it, I think it would go over so fucking good.
Well, I Prevail does that Taylor Swift song.
Yeah.
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 That's it's
'Cause it just shocks people. And and here's the thing, like those poppy songs and rap songs, people like they're guilty pleasure songs. Like people like those songs. They just don't talk about it. Like, but if you did them, you're like, fuck yeah! Like that's
I know what you're saying.
Mhm.
I think it'd be pretty cool.
yeah.
Kind of like a Linkin Park, Jay-Z type of...
That was one of my favorite collaborations of all time. The Hybrid Theory. You know, that was what was it called? The fucking 99 Problem I forget.
Yeah, something like that.
Collision Course. Way off. Yeah.
You're close.
Samson. Remember was that from Dumb and Dumber?
Samsonite.
Yeah. So anything guys you got to cover before we get out of here? Do anything we missed that you guys want to talk about with the band or anything?
Just get ready for an EP/album.
Soon.
That's what we're working on.
Where are you just recording it out of?
We don't know yet.
Don't know yet.
But
No.
get ready.
Get ready.
No, seriously though, like I think he's recording our 6th one, so I mean
6th song.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So
I don't know. We might just do it off as like single, or just release a whole album.
Now I just read. I don't know how true this is, but I heard that Spotify is no longer accepting.
I heard that too.
They're no longer accepting outside bids for music.
No idea.
I don't know how true that is, though. Did you look into that?
I didn't look into it, but I did read about it. I
Yeah. So, like, if you were a band and you got your music on Spotify now, and you already have that in, I don't know if they're going to get rid of that, and they're only going to go with people that are part of record labels, or if they're going to open. Because honestly, like, that was I know it was cheaper, but like, when you go to SoundCloud, you can only upload so many things per month, and then once you hit a certain limit, it deletes your older stuff unless you pay a subscription.
Oh, that's stupid.
Where Spotify would be like, hey, we have all these recordings, and they're like, we'll take it all, because of course Spotify's going to make money off you when you're not making anything, but at least people heard your stuff, you know? Because I always said that's the way to go, man, like, because everyone for the most part uses like Spotify. I don't know how easy it is to get on Apple Music or anything. But
I have no idea how that works.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you have to like go through a certain process or.
Yeah.
But
yeah, once you get recorded, I'm excited to hear it. Like I said, because a lot of your stuff that you guys do is very like punk pop inspired. Like I don't want to, because I'm not trying to label using anything, but like it sounds to me like you guys are inspired by Blink and you make songs that you like, but it's also in that kind of.
Yeah, I think at the same time we're obviously doing music that we've listened to growing up, but then we also want to throw our own flavor into it.
Yeah.
Which make it, because we don't want to be like, obviously no one wants to be a copycat of a certain band, and so we have to,
I don't think you guys sound like Blink-182. I just think you're in that genre. Like I think I would say like if you like I tell people, if you are a fan of like Led Zeppelin, Soundgarden mixed with like I don't want to say Volbeat because I don't think that's like a good term. Like Greta Van Fleet. I think you would really like
Led Zeppelin too.
Yeah, I think you would like Crowbot. Like if you like Taking Back Sunday, Brand New, and I don't know, like a heavier, like you would like this band. Like, you know, so I would say if you're a fan of like Blink-182 and like that style, I think you'd be a big fan of Apollo 80. Like when you guys do your set list, you're like Blink and then Green Day, you know, another, like I'm just trying to put through, so, and then it'd be like original, and then go back to a couple cover, original, and I think your originals fit in with those genres that you cover. And I going back to the other interview, this is something I definitely want to talk about. So like we talked about, you guys started in November. You know, you've been picking up instruments for you guys is something you started a little later. Like, I mean, you're still young, but it wasn't something you've done for a very, very long. Like, you know what I mean? Like you said, you kind of started with the guitar thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, and then you started drums, but you're the type of person that, like, when you start something, you go really, really into it. You start taking lessons from people and stuff, where you guys are picking the songs you enjoy to do, and you're personally trying to pick songs that challenges you to cover them, so then it translates to becoming better musicians as well.
Yeah.
But I think it's really, really cool. Like, yeah,
like we are not a cover band. We're doing this to get better. You know, like exactly like something that I learned from Travis Barker is something that he learned from Buddy Rich. You know what I mean? It's something I could keep incorporating when we keep writing. And
a lot of people put that stigma like, oh, they're fucking a cover band. Like, I don't think that's a bad thing. Like probably every single band you've ever listened to started off doing some type of cover music.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
so, like
everybody. I think that goes without question.
Like if you're like for me personally, for being a bass player, my top two favorite bass players, well, Mark Hoppus got me playing bass, but then again, Duff McKagan. And the way he plays is way different from how Mark Hoppus plays. And I want to incorporate, my own style, bring those two together, but I know everyone's going to have
like Mark style. And I'm going to go back to Old Blink, but Mark and Tom are good at their instruments, but they're not like top 10 in the world.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? But they're tight. Like they're a tight band. They do what they do. Like one of the biggest things I just definitely want to give credit, because even from the last time we've talked since our last interview, since now, like like, and this is not a bash. This is not. I'm just being realistic. Like, and he even said, like, you're probably like when it comes to skill level, you're not on the same par as like him on drums or him on bass. But since our last interview, and since we've sat down and talked and went through it, like the first time I seen you play, you did stay together for the kids, and you had some issues with the beginning part.
Oh yeah,
the first time I seen you, and then I seen you play it maybe 3 times since then. And it was you're nailing it now. It's like it's coming second nature. You're like, you can definitely see, like, from the last Goodfellas show you guys did after the Yingling 190th is a different Apollo 88 show since the first time I ever seen you. And like, I follow you guys on social media, and you guys are in wherever you're practicing. Like, look like someone like a really nice finished basement, it looks like, right? But
the Beat Lab.
Yeah, the Beat Laboratory. But you guys are putting your work in. Like, you're practicing, you're taking it you're taking it seriously.
That's what we'd be doing right now.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is something that is not like, this is not just a flash. Like, you can definitely see it. You guys, from my perspective, you guys are putting in your work to become better. And I want to just say, keep doing what you're doing. Like I said, like, I think those, maybe it goes over people's head, but those whoever's like one of you, probably I think it's your girlfriend, the videos while you guys are practicing, like that might go over some people's head, like, oh, I guess they're just like, but from someone, like, from my perspective, that is awesome. Like, from the first time I seen you, like I said, every single time I see you since the first time, you all have been progressing. Your guitar level is going up. Your bass level is going up. You're starting to develop more of a stage. Like, you're doing different things on stage that you weren't doing before.
Exactly.
Like, you're brainstorming. Your originals are getting better. You're getting tighter as a band. Like, drums, you're doing even crazier shit than you were before. Like, it's a good thing for you guys. I think you're gonna really start shocking some people.
Well, I mean, it's like an iceberg, you know. People only see the tip.
Yep.
You know, underneath, it's like all this stuff. And I mean,
and that goes with every band. Like, I do that with everybody. Like, because I'm a very big. What inspires me to keep doing what I'm doing are some of the things that don't even correlate to what I'm doing. Like, I see, like, you guys as a band in the practice studio putting your work in, and then I see you guys on stage, and I see the progression. I'm like, all right, that inspires me to go and do more research to make my thing better because they're doing that. You know what I mean? Like, because if I invite you on my show and I feel like you're putting your work into your craft and I'm just skating on you, that's like, I have to match that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, so, like, I'm just telling you, like, your guys' work ethic has inspired me to even do more work, and I just want to definitely make sure that people are aware of that when they listen to this, and they give you that credit. Cause like, even the last show, I forget who I was with at that. I'm like, yo, you guys are getting good. Like, I was saying to the people in the crowd, like, you're doing fucking awesome.
Thank you.
Keep pushing, man. It's good, and it's only going to translate to your originals because you're going to keep getting better with your original music because you're challenging yourself with the covers and doing different things. Like, it's going to pay off, man. You guys are doing awesome stuff.
Yeah, it's another thing, like, with us doing covers and stuff, yeah, like what Nate said, depending on, like, what the song is, it ups our skill of myself. Like we would do, let's do a Blink song. That challenges Nate.
Yeah.
Or we go, let's do it with Hot Chili Pepper songs. That would challenge me on the bass, and, you know.
Yeah.
It's
Peppers is crazy. Peppers challenges everybody. That whole band is good. But I mean, people mostly focus on Flea, but that band is so good.
That's why they have a singer.
Yeah.
I mean, Anthony Kiedis is his own animal.
Yeah.
Like, he's an animal.
There's no way that anyone in that band would be able to play their instruments and sing a song at the same time.
Exactly.
Well, did you ever look at, like, Les Claypool?
Yeah.
That guy's insane. I don't know how the fuck he does that shit.
And he plays instruments he creates himself.
Oh, yeah.
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 He's the only bass player in the world that can sell a ticket to say, come see me play bass. Like, come see the Les Claypool show. And then it's just him playing bass. Like, it's crazy.
He's insane.
You ever see the thing that when he was going to try out for Metallica, and they're like, "Dude, you're too good for Metallica. Get the fuck out of here." Yeah, but yeah. There's so much cool stuff out there. But anything else you guys want to cover here? I don't want to show you short here. We spent a good time talking about porn.
That's the most important topic of the night.
Anything you want to talk about, Ben, or anything you have to ask them? Or you want to ask them when it comes to music-wise or the show?
I'd like to make a comment just because it just popped up in my head.
I'm terrified I even asked now.
Bane, if you put on
oh God,
Mitch Hedberg sunglasses on, you could be a good Mitch Hedberg. If you really think about
all right,
it.
do you know who Mitch Hedberg is?
He's a comedian.
No. Oh, yeah.
Hey, I talk like this, and
that's the worst impression of Mitch Hedberg. So Mitch Hedberg he has longer hair, but there's a lot of specials where he had the shorter, like he was transitioning with the long hair, and he wore like rose-colored glasses, and he'd be like, "Hey man,
oh, I know who that is."
He's like,
He's dead.
He's like, yeah, he overdosed. He's
He
like,
was on.
I got an ant farm, and those fuckers didn't grow shit. And he's like, and I have another joke about ants. If you pull off all their legs, they look like tiny little black snowmen. Like he said like these weird punchline jokes.
He was in my favorite movie.
What's that?
Lords of Dogtown.
He was, yeah.
Yep.
That's your favorite movie.
Yep.
That was
See, the Mitch Hedberg thing opened up a whole realm of
Now you know.
Bane.
Oh, here's a quick. We have some time here. What are some besides Blink-182? What are some other bands out there that influenced you to get into music? Like, what are you guys listening to right now?
Start with Nate.
We'll start with you, Nate.
I'll just start with Blink. Obviously, I'm gonna go Green Day. Him or Barker and Trey Cool have just like two opposite personalities of drumming. Like they're 16. Do you know what 16th notes are?
No.
It's honestly just an art of relaxing and a movement in the hand that I'm really trying to improve on.
Mm-hmm.
And it's big on the type of music we play. And they'll go fucking 2-hour shows and won't get winded. And it's a matter of relaxing and, you know what I mean, putting your work in. And I was actually listening to a podcast on my way home from the beach. I had an 8-hour drive. I listened to the Joe Rogan, Travis Barker podcast. And he's telling me all this shit he does in the gym that I'm going to start incorporating in this. And he's like, I'm big on going to the gym and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm doing, Travis said he tried. And he's like, it honestly gets me so stiff. And here I am sitting there like, fuck.
If you look at Travis, he's shredded, but he doesn't put like
it's not like he's fucking putting up.
No, he's not look like what you call like Joe Rogan will call like the beach muscles. Like he's not trying to get the big tries, the big buys, the big chest,
which is a totally different thing for me. So yeah, I think I'm gonna like really like because that's our music is.
Travis is
like,
a skinnier dude.
Yeah,
and he's also vegan.
Yeah,
vegetarian.
He's a vegetarian vegan. And
vegan.
He's
vegan.
Yep.
It's the same thing.
Vegan's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, vegan is. Yeah.
His diet's insane.
Yeah,
oh yeah, I've seen like
realm.
Yeah.
So I'm really gonna try and like.
And that podcast too, he talked about he has what's called the suicidal disease, where he has a neurological problem where he gets these awful headaches. Yeah. And they said 85% of the people that have what he has, where he has like he just gets these excruciating headaches, they call it the suicide disease because most people that have it, they can't handle it and they kill themselves. Because he always has like it feels like he has a sinus infection every day of his life, and he has like a huge headache, and it literally feels like it's in the front of his forehead and it goes down into his eyes and his nose. Mm-hmm. And I think he was talking about how CBD has been really helping him.
Yeah, I've been taking that too. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it was a really good podcast. Yeah,
that was fucking amazing.
Yeah, that's what I try. I mean, I know we talked about like porn and stuff and being funny, but like that, like when I did a few like different interviews, I like when people are like, "Hey man, I listened to this interview with this band or this person, and it inspired me to do something better." And that's what like the overall underlining thing is like on the surface, I'm sitting here having with people and we're having a good time, having a couple beers, but there is some content hidden in there that you can actually pull something out of.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like I don't want to be like grilling you the whole time. Like I want to know all about like, did you ever get hit by your dad? Or like, you know what I mean? Like any of this weird stuff, but like, you know what I mean? Just let it come kind of naturally.
You sound like a cheesy like morning talk show host.
Yeah, I don't want to be that though. I just more like
a
conversation. But like that was a great pod. Like listen, if you're not a fan of Joe Rogan, you hate Joe Rogan, just sometimes go check out some of the guests, especially if you're into that guest, because Joe Rogan's a very good interview. Yeah. I know people always joke, "Oh, did you ever try DMT?" That's like the big Joe Rogan joke, but he's good at what he does. He's definitely good. But that was awesome. And you were saying how that inspired you to kind of change some things up.
Yeah.
Yeah, his story of his plane crash was unbelievable too. Like
that was nuts.
Fuck,
like he should have never survived that.
Yeah,
It's
insane.
Like only 2 people that whole plane survived.
I think it was like him and
like his agent or something.
Like,
something crazy. Like the person sitting 2 seats over from him died, and he survived. Like it's fucking insane. Yeah, and then he came back, bounced back. They were like, "Yo, you have so much damage to your body, you'll never be able to do what you did before."
Yeah, it was like he had like skin grafts all over his leg and lost most of his tattoos and stuff.
And he was like, "No," and then he came back and worked 3 times harder than he did before. Like, dude, Travis Barker's a cool fucking dude, man. Cool dude.
Yeah, we're not gonna get a plane.
Yeah, never.
No.
Nope. Get a van. Nope. I was like, we're done.
Statistically, you're safer in a plane than a van, though.
That is
a private plane, though.
Come on.
They always crash with musicians in it.
They do. You guys be the next big bopper. Stevie Ray Vaughan. Well, Stevie Ray Vaughan was
That was a
flying his own.
helicopter.
Yeah, he was flying his own thing though. He was probably hammered as well.
Probably.
Yeah.
There's flooding down in Texas. I love Stevie, but yeah. What else? Some stuff that inspired you guys?
I was really big. Well, when I first actually started getting into music, it wasn't until my early teenage years. And so then I kind of was like really big into the classic punk music, Clash, Sex Pistols, Ramones, and then that kind of escalated. But I always really liked that loud, fast, because I draw a little inspiration from Dee Dee Ramone.
Mm-hmm.
He's the straight down picking, super fast, super thumpy, and that kind of pretty much why I started playing.
Another band that was ruined by planes, the Ramones. They would never tour overseas because he would never get in a plane.
Yeah.
That was literally the whole story behind I Want to Be Sedated. They had to sedate him to get him on the road.
Oh, yeah, I remember that, yeah.
He was like, where are we playing? England? I'm not fucking going. And then his brother would be like, I fucking hate you. You're ruining my dream. He's like, I'm not getting on a fucking plane. And they ended up hating each other. Like the Ramones brothers hate each other. Yeah. Fucking planes. You're on to something.
Oh yeah, no, we're on.
Well,
We're way ahead of it.
Well, there's also John Denver then too. He died. He died in a plane.
Leonard Skinner
died in a plane.
Most of Leonard
the
Skinner.
guy from I don't remember his name.
Ric Flair was in a plane crash.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it was a guy. He was either from
Another
Black Sabbath
wrestling
or
reference.
was Dusty Rhodes
What's that?
died in a plane crash.
No,
No.
he died of just being old.
Well, he was
That's different
overweight
guy,
and old.
yeah.
He died from blunt force trauma because
Who?
he fell. Dusty Rhodes.
Did he?
Dad, yeah.
I didn't know he died from blunt force trauma.
Yeah, like he fell and it was like...
He probably had a heart attack and fell.
Well, that was
Yeah.
maybe complications, but point being, he fell and then done.
If you're a musician, stay away from planes is pretty much what we're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that Aaliyah or whatever her name is, like
Yeah.
from Queen of the
No,
Damned.
Aaliyah died in a car accident.
Which one was the one that
No.
was Queen of the Damned?
I thought she was shot.
No, Aaliyah was in a car accident. Left Eye died in a plane.
I'm thinking
It was
that was a plane
either
one,
they're
too.
flip flopped. They're flip flopped. One of them was in a plane. One was in a car crash.
I thought that one was in a plane crash.
One of them was, yeah. Aaliyah and Left Eye. I have to look that up, but yeah. Actually, I'm doing an interview on Monday with a podcast in the area called Murder My Dude, and we're actually going to do like 2 or 3 stories of like murder and music, and we're going to cover John Lennon and Dimebag Darrell.
I have a buddy that's really big in the Dimebag.
He'll like this next episode. Murder My Dude's really fucking good. Like, and I'm not just putting them up because I think they're good at what they do. It's like a murder mystery type or murder crime or true crime podcast. And every week they have a different topic. So like they have a topic like they did for Pride Month. They did Pride Month episode, and it was 3 stories of people who were murdered because they were gay. And it like talks about the whole story of why it happened and what happened after the murder, like how a lot of changes happened in the community. But they did a music one before where they talked about different musicians and they were murdered and like Jazz Master Jay and stuff like that. They eventually later on the line they're gonna do like the Tupac Biggie one, but they said it was too popular right now, so they want to wait till it dies down a little bit and then pick it up back up. But they're really good at what they do. But it's like it's a really cool podcast. They're like an hour or 2 long, and they just cover like weird murders and deaths. And at the end of every episode, they play who died the worst, and they find these 3 deaths from the internet, and they pick like which one of those died the worst.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, some of them are pretty wacky. But yeah, that's what my show is Monday. We're gonna do Dimebag Darrell. So spoiler alert, he was murdered on stage by a fan who was pissed because he was no longer in Pantera, and he was actually murdered on stage in front of his brother, who was the drummer. The guy jumped on stage and shot him, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Yeah. And then John Lennon was killed by a crazed fan who initially wanted to kill Jodie Foster. He was obsessed with Jodie Foster.
And then I think he read Catcher in the Rye.
He read Catcher in the Rye, and he had a list of people he wanted to kill.
There was I was recently reading an article on the internet, and it was like famous people who were caught moments before their death, and there was a picture of John Lennon
with the guy who killed him.
Yeah, right in the back. Yeah, it's weird.
So he
weird.
came. I think I believe he was from England, and he flew over to America, and he met John Lennon the first time, and he had intentions to kill him then, and didn't, and backed out of it. But he knew how accessible John Lennon was, because he would be like, if John Lennon came home from his estate and people were there, he would get out and go and talk to people and sign autographs. He was not very secluded. Like, a lot of people are like, man, it's fucking stupid. Like, my favorite person doesn't come out and talk to people anymore.
There's a reason.
There's a reason for that, because, you know, psychopaths in the fucking world, like, kill people. Like, it's terrible. So John would do that and be that person, would go and talk to people. And then, this guy came back again, and then when he was there, he was like, no, I'm definitely doing it this time. Then he bought a gun while he was in America, because it's not super hard to get them. And he bought a gun, and he waited, and then he met John Lennon. John Lennon was leaving his house, and he's like, all right, I'm going to kill him. And then John Lennon was signing books and autographs for people, and he's like, can I get a picture with you, John? And the one picture, John's signing something, and he's standing over his shoulder, like, just staring. And then John came back. And he even said, too, like, in his interview, he said, like, I talked to John, and he talked to me, like, are you okay? Like, he knew, he said psychologically, he knew that I was going to be the one to kill him. Like, John knew that something was up with that guy. And when he came back and John made eye contact with him, he was like, oh. And then he just walked behind him, and then he shot him in the back a couple times. Yeah.
It's fucked up.
But we'll go into that in depth on Monday. I'm really excited, because the one guy does a lot of cool research. That's what I'm going to work on tonight. I'm going to do some research. But yeah, it's really fun. But anything you want to plug there, Ben?
Unfortunately, not really. I've been really having. I haven't really been getting any new beer for the show.
How about the other podcast you're on?
Oh,
he's cheating on
the other one. The other one I know about. Oh, the It's Just Beer podcast.
No, the one you were on.
Oh, Not Cool in High School.
There you go.
I actually have stuff to kind of unbox and actually talk about.
Cool. And that'll air on Thursday this week.
Yep.
Shut on. What about you guys? What you guys got to plug or talk about?
Come to Skookstock.
That's about it.
August 24th.
Listen to our new stuff.
Now.
We'll have gifts.
I'm actually gonna.
There might be a porn star.
Yeah, this is actually gonna air next Sunday, so it'll be a week before the show. So if you guys have any. If you want to get tickets, you can get them from the band at a cheaper price than what you get them at the door. So the tickets normally are $25. You can get them from the bands. So if you go contact any bands, they're going to be $20 a piece. So you guys can buy them that way. That's a new thing. So if you bought them before, they were $25. We're just trying to get rid of some of the physical tickets we have and kind of entice people to come more. So if you want to buy some tickets, hit up the bands. They're $20 a piece. Or contact me. We'll get you some as well. Or you could buy them online for $25. Day of the show, they will be cash, but we will have a date. Sorry, I'm playing footsie with you. We'll have an ATM on site. It's gonna be a long day, so there's gonna be food, beer. I mean, and there is camping available. So if you're a type of person who wants to start drinking at 12 and at some point in the day you can't stop and you're like, boy, I don't want to drive home. Bring a tent and you can camp out in the campgrounds. And I think camping's only like $10. I could be wrong though, but you can contact the venue or contact us on the page, and we'll definitely get you in touch with the camping situation as well. That's because that's out of my wheelhouse. That's a venue thing. But yeah, I'm really pumped for that. I'm pumped. I'm excited. I can't wait for it to be like here and gone so I can breathe easy again and relax. But listen, it comes down to you guys. If you want this to be a thing, show some demand for it. If you want this to be something that we put on, come out and support it. Support these bands. They put a lot of hard work in, and it's a good way to get some exposure and see some cool stuff. Thank you guys so much for coming in. This time it's actually going to look a lot better because we tried to stream it. We don't stream at all anymore. Like, we don't do any more live stream shows. Because if the internet messes up or the servers mess up, then it looks bad and it's just a disservice, you know. Because if I was watching a show and it didn't come out good, I would tune out in 13 seconds. So I figured this way, at least it's good the entire way through. But I appreciate you guys coming back. The first ever second band appearance, full band appearance.
Thank you.
I've had members of bands come back and do shows, but you're the first time to come back on twice. So it'll be
fastest beer chugger right over here.
Yeah.
We're gonna
No
do
one
more
can
next
beat
time.
him.
What was your favorite out of all of these beers that we've had today?
The sour one.
This one.
The sour one.
No, I like that strawberry.
Oh, the strawberry one. Strawberry one was good.
Strawberry one was pretty good.
The strawberry one was good. The raspberry was good.
I didn't care for the
I like
passion
it.
fruit one.
I like the grape.
That one wasn't
Cranberry
terrible.
grape one.
I mean, this is really good too. I don't know how many people had it. The blackberry one. But yeah, it was a good time. Thank you guys once again. I'll have every link in the description below as well if you want to go to their Facebook page, give them some support. Apollo 88. They have a lot of cool stuff on the way. Like we talked about, you're going to see some albums, some possible merch once they get the albums finalized.